This week, in Menomonie, Wisconsin, a friendly traveling lounge singer slides into town only to have people begin to turn up dead all over the area. Is it a coincidence, or is he a serial killer who just happens to sing like an angel? Welcome to Small Town Murder. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Small Town Murder.
Yay!
Oh, yay indeed, Jimmy. Yay indeed. My name is James Petrogallo. I'm here with my co-host.
I'm Jimmy Wisman.
Thank you, folks, so much for joining us today on another absolutely insane edition of Small Town Murder. I know we don't have to say it because it's every week, but wow, is it crazy this week. We have a crazy person doing some really crazy things. Just wow, insane stuff. Before we get to that, shutupandgivememurder.com is the website. Head there. All the merchandise you could want from all the shows we put out. Also, tickets to live shows. The live shows, meaning in person, those are sold out. Philly, I kept telling everybody there's a few tickets left in Philly. Those are the handicap accessible seats, I found out. So those are not available unless you need extra whatever room. Those are not available. You could get, I think until the Friday, I believe, until Thursday night.
Just a couple of days,
A couple of days. You can still get the virtual live show that we did for Halloween, which is an amazing story. It's really funny, so go ahead and
Great
get
show.
that.
Fun time. Also, thank you to everybody that already did it.
Thank you.
It was amazing.
That was great. Thank you for hanging out with us and doing that.
Yeah.
Shutupandgivememurder.com. Also, listen to our other two shows, Crime in Sports, which is crime in sports, except you don't really have to like sports. It's a comedy show where we're making fun of people's insane, overreaches of everything. So check that out. And then also Your Stupid Opinions, which is us making fun of all the reviews from all over the internet of everything. And it is hilarious. It's so funny. So check that out. Then get yourself Patreon as well. Patreon.com/crime in sports is where you get all of the bonus material. Anybody $5 a month or above, you are going to get so much stuff. Or first of all, as soon as you subscribe, you're going to get hundreds of back episodes, bonus episodes you've never heard. Then you get new ones every other week. One Crime in Sports, one Small Town Murder, and you get it all. This week, what you're going to get for Crime in Sports, we're going to talk about part 2 of the team relocations, because those were a lot of fun. People freaked out about losing a team, and it was really fun. Then for Small Town Murder, we are going to talk about, we got some good ones coming up the next couple. We're going to talk about how the American prison system has evolved over the years. Where it started, where we are now. What was the original purpose, where we are now. And then after that, a couple of weeks from now, we're going to do Charles Starkweather. We're going to finally do that one. I've been wanting to do that. So, a lot of good stuff coming up there. Patreon.com/crime in sports. And you get all the shows, Crime in Sports, Small Town Murder, Your Stupid Opinions, all ad-free with your Patreon as well. Yeah. And you get a shout-out at the end of the show. So it's all we can give you, possibly. It's everything we have.
I don't know what else you want from me.
It's a garage.
Stay at my house?
It's a garage sale. The garage is empty. We got nothing else. Yeah, cook you breakfast. What do you want? There you go. So do that for sure. That said, disclaimer time. Hey, this is certainly a comedy show. We're comedians. We're definitely going to make some jokes here. That's a fact.
Yeah.
Other thing that's a fact is everything that goes on in the story is true. Nothing is embellished for comedic effect or any ridiculous thing like that. This is, we try to do as meticulous research as possible on all this and make all the facts crazy. And but you'd say, well, how do you do that? You make jokes and there's murder? Yes, we do, because you do it nice and you do it tasteful. Yeah. See, that's how you do it. What we do is we never make fun of the victims or the victims' families.
Yeah.
Because we're assholes,
but
we're not scumbags. That's how that goes there. It's real easy to do that. So if you think that sounds good to you, boy, do we have a crazy show for you and a wild story. If you think true crime and comedy should never, ever go together, we might not be for you, but give it a shot. Might not be what you think it is. Either way, no complaining later. That said, I think it's time to sit back, everybody. Let's all clear the lungs and let's all shout. Shut up and give me murder. Let's do this, everybody.
Okay.
Let's go on a trip, shall we?
Yeah.
we're going to Wisconsin this week.
It's a nice place.
It's a nice place going up there to hang out. We are going to Menomonie, Wisconsin. And I know I said that right, actually.
Yeah.
And we've said it. We brought that town up in other episodes. It's come up. And the Wisconsin people are incredibly impressed that we pronounce Menomonie correctly. Really. And it's the only reason.
It reminds me of the Dr. Pepper commercial, but it's a fun word to say.
It is a very fun word to say. You just want to put a rhythm. Menomonie. It's very fun. Yeah, it's very fun. I only know how to pronounce it from Roz on Frasier said it one time.
Really?
And I was like, Menomonie. Okay, that's how you say that. This is in western Wisconsin. It's about an hour and 10 to Minneapolis. That's the closest city. So it's really kind of more Minnesota here in that direction. It's 4 hours down to Milwaukee. And about 3 hours and 15 minutes to our last episode in Wisconsin, to Green Bay, which was episode 606, the kinky cut-up murder insanity. That was Shabusiness. That was our girl Shabusiness on an Express episode.
Yeah.
Doing some seriously wacky things.
Serious Shabusiness.
She was handling her Shabusiness from day one. This is in Dunn County, Dunn, area code 715 and 534. This is kind of out there. There's not a lot going on. This is a real rural area of Wisconsin. Kind of also near there's like vacation spots on the way there. Yeah. Motto here: you don't know how local I am. There's a great outdoors reference for you there. Now, also, there is a city of Menomonie and a town of Menomonie, and it was very confusing. Because then they literally said the city is mostly inside the town of Menomonie. So I'm like, well, which is
possible?
This is for the city of Menomonie.
Inside the city?
It's impossible. It made me confused. I don't know how much the cheese curds have overtaken the sanity up there. I don't know what's going on. The history of this town: the area was heavily populated with Sioux Indians when French fur traders showed up. In the late 18th century. In 1788, Jean-Baptiste Renault set up the first trading post near present-day Menomonie. So. There's a permanent settlement established in Menomonie in 1830, and then lumber industry started to take off, and big lumber firms started to happen, and all of that kind of thing. The lumber company closed in 1901, though, so that didn't last long. They established a post office in town. One of the company, the Menomonie, was the suggestion of one of the lumber company founders. How about we call it Menomonie? The name is derived from an Algonquin word that means people of the rice. As we know, northern areas is ricing, as we found out from this show. Minnesota,
so much rice.
So much rice. And apparently there was a lot of rice going on all over here when it started. The bulk of the people here are college students.
Is that right?
There's a University of Wisconsin Stout is up there.
Oh, stout like the beer.
Stout like the beer, exactly. And apparently they have the only polytechnic school in the University of Wisconsin system. So if you're into polytechnics, whatever the hell that is, this is where you go.
Several technics.
Yeah. If you eat cheese curds and like hot dish and also are into polytechnics, this is where you're going to end up.
And stout beer. This is
stout beer. Reviews of this town. Let's find out what other people think, because we've never been to Menomonie.
Never.
We were in Madison, but not Menomonie.
Close.
Madison, Milwaukee.
5 hours away.
Here's 4 stars. This is a really nice town. However, you need to travel a minimum of 30 minutes to go to a bigger town to have more options to do activities and shopping. I would say that it is a reasonable time to travel if you don't have a time limit to get things done. Okay.
If you've got all day, boy,
you got all day. It's
for you.
Great. Not in a rush. Hey, everybody, shuffling around your house, wondering what to do.
Good for you. We
this
got
is
you
your
covered. Yeah.
There is your average stores and food places. Okay. 5 stars. Menomonie is a small town in Wisconsin with only one high school. It is an excellent and safe place. It was wonderful to grow up here and would be a great place to raise children.
Sure would.
Oh, sounds great. Only if you have a lot of time on your hands, though. You know?
Yeah, if you got all
got
day.
Plenty of time. Here's 5 stars. I like Menomonie because it's not too big, but it's big enough to have things to do. We're also close to Eau Claire, and the Twin Cities, which makes it great if you want to live in a smaller town, but still want to be close to the cities, like a suburb, like we've been doing
little, but you can find it big.
All that kind of stuff. And you have a lot of time. 3 stars, it's okay. Some stuff to do in town, but definitely not a place you want to be outside during the night. Not a place you want to be outside at during the night. And then in parentheses, unless you like to party uncontrollably. Once the sun goes down. If you go out after sundown, that means uncontrollable party at that point.
You can't help yourself.
Can't help it.
You're out of control partying.
Keep in mind, it's dark at about 3:45 here in the winter, so you get yourself
out of control partying
by mid-afternoon, or it's out of control party by 5:30. I'm telling you, it goes crazy by 5:30. Wow, they are out of their. That is the craziest review. Unless you want to party uncontrollably.
I've never heard.
No, the streets of Menomonie turn into Nero's Rome past dark, man. It's the second the street lights come on, it's orgies and
it's a real Bourbon
crazy.
Street out
It's wild. People pissing everywhere. It's insane.
Fremont Street ain't shit.
Tits and beads and you name it.
Okay.
People in this town, 16,721. So not that big at all, 16,000. And this is like the biggest town in the area. There's a bunch of other smaller towns.
Real well kept secret, evidently, because there's only 16,000 people that know about it.
Yeah. We could have picked from a number of small towns around here for this episode because of where things happened. And one was Springbrook, but there's nothing in Springbrook. There isn't even a gas station there, so they had nothing to talk about. So
not even one Technics.
Not even any Technic, not one. The population, like I said, 16,721. There's more women than men in this town, about 50.4% women to 49.6% men, which is about the national average. Yeah. Median age here, 23.9, which is about as low as we've seen. It's all college kids. There's probably 2,000 people who live here who don't go to college.
Wow.
And most of them probably work at the college. So it's tough. Normally it's about 38.5. Family, normally 50-50 is the marriage thing in the United States. Here, 25% married. So
very low.
Way less.
College kids, I guess.
College kids. Yeah. 18% are single that have children. I mean, they are partying uncontrollably after all. So
that might be why they're losing children.
You say you're going to slip one past the goalie at some point if you're It's dark. You can't even find your condoms.
And you party too hard, you'll lose the baby.
You lose it all, man. Just lost down the river. I don't know where it went. Race in this town, 89% white, 1.2% black, 4.9% Asian, 1.8% Hispanic. Religion in this town, 48.8% religious, which is close to the national average. It's usually 50-50. And the highest here by a long shot is Lutheran, as we will find. This is the Lutheran area. This is definitely, even around Minnesota especially. If you've seen Drop Dead Gorgeous, everything was even like the Lutheran Gun Club and the Lutheran, all that stuff here.
Wasn't that the reason that Leo couldn't marry that girl in Catch Me If You Can because he wasn't Lutheran?
Oh yeah. Some people get
they really stick on that Lutheran thing.
Yeah, some of the people, if you come from these areas where it's like all pretty much one religion, everybody's the same religion. It's like Utah, you know what I mean? Yeah, they want you to be a Mormon. It's the way it is.
You don't find a Catholic around here.
Well, yeah, and Catholics are the ones who don't care. It's like, I wouldn't want to be. Yeah, they're like, you don't have to deal with all that. It's fine. We don't care. Everybody else wants you to convert. Catholics are like, it's fine. It's fine. Whatever. Yeah, don't worry about it.
It's a hassle.
You do Christmas, right? All right, good.
Yeah,
we're good.
It's a lot of other shit to deal with. I understand.
You don't want to deal with that.
I wouldn't want to either.
The unemployment rate here is about average. Median household income here is $47,684, which is way under the national average, which is about $69,000. But that's understandable because there's a lot of college kids. So college kids, one thing they don't do is earn a lot of money. Generally, it's hard to do that while you're going to school.
They spend a lot, but they don't earn a lot.
Yeah, hard to do it while you're going to school and partying uncontrollably past dark. It's crazy. Cost of living in this town, 100 is average in the rest of the United States. Here it is 86. in terms of cost of living. The housing is also pretty low. Median home cost here, $243,500, which
That's
is
steep.
It's steep, but it's it's a third under the national average, though. Okay. So it's for as far as that goes, it's not bad. So if we've convinced you, you're going to go to school, you're going to party uncontrollably past dark. We have for you the Menomonie, Wisconsin real estate report. All right, your average 2-bedroom rental here goes for $1,230. Which I assume
that's average, yeah.
Right at average, and I think because there's a lot of rentals because of the college kids, so there's competition for those. Here, the first house is a 3-bedroom, 1-bath, 1,556 square feet. It's on 8 acres here, and it kind of looks like if Ed Gein's house was in good shape. That's what it looks like.
I love the little gazebo out there. You can't use that shit very much.
Also leaning to the right, as you can see. It's not straight. Yeah, don't love it.
Sunday build.
Don't love it too much because it might fall over. The inside is not great, as you can see. The countertops are very 1970s. It is not good. But the auction starts at $105,000. So.
Oh, at an auction.
Yeah. At an auction,
you might get it cheap.
8 acres, $1,500, not bad. It will be offered at auction with Andrews Auction Services. Like I said, $105,000. This house was built in 1900. Our next house here, 4-bedroom, 1.5-bath, 2,100 square feet, and it's not bad. I mean, it kind of looks like a giant shed, but it's got room and.
Yeah, there's some shit upstairs happening.
Yeah, inside's not terrible at all. You can tell they've redone it, semi-recently in the last 10 years or so.
Yeah, I do love those, I don't know what those things are even called, those like alcoves that come out from the roof that have a little window in them. Those are cool.
Yeah, those look pretty cool. Yeah, I like that too.
Yeah.
That's not bad. Yes, definitely they made that into a bedroom. This house, built in 1945, 0.28 acre lot, $218,000.
That's not so bad.
No, just had a $5,000 price cut as well, as every single house
like everything is.
Every house
everything's going down.
This next house is dope. It looks like some sort of German something we bombed on the way to fucking the bunker in Berlin. Like it looks like some weird, crazy like German beer hall slash.
Or a house that was shelled in London by the Germans.
Something.
It just looks old. Yeah.
It's got a German style to it, though. It's got that thing. It's got the brick thing. It's really cool. 4-bedroom, 4-bath, T-bowl for each and every b-hole here. 5,145 square feet on 0.72 acres, built in 1914. Look at the inside of this joint. Look at how this place is. It is classy, man. It is like old school classy. It is gorgeous. $849,900 for that.
It's funny how when those really nice houses, you can see they ran out of shit to update and make nicer as soon as they start with the ceiling. They got ornate shit on the ceiling with wood frames, and it's beautiful.
It's beautiful. Well, it's old school. That's just original woodwork, and this house has so much original, like intricate woodwork and shelving that's like built-ins. It's gorgeous, man. This is a gorgeous house. I like this house a lot. Things to do here. Got a bunch of stuff to do. The Great Community Cookout.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Featuring local food trucks, beer tents, exciting raffles. You didn't even have to say beer tents. It's Wisconsin. We get it. There's beer. There's going to be beer. A car show, inflatables and bouncy houses, a dunk tank, of course.
Sure.
Got to have that. And activities for the whole family. This is great. Located in public parking lot number 6, across the street from Raw Deal. I don't know what that is, but
raw deal is.
And we do know at dark, get the fuck inside. It's over.
Otherwise, you'll get a raw deal.
You're gonna get a raw dog and a raw deal. There's also music that they don't tell you who's going to be there at all, and everything like that, and a classic car show. There's also Music on Main. They're talking about it's a summer music series happening in downtown Menomonie. I think it takes place on the lawn of the library. So. That's exciting. Live music here. They have saying live music performances, various venues and eateries. Search for hidden records to win prizes. Enjoy extended evening shopping hours with sidewalk sales and outdoor entertainment at the boutiques. My goodness. The live musics we're going to see for the next couple are one band is called E. Stearns and Jerica Miguel. They'll be there. And then the next week they have the Witch Syndicate.
Oh.
And the Dirty Pretty, a different band.
Yeah, I mean, all right.
I don't know anything about these bands.
Dirty Pretty might be something that's a touring band, but I doubt it.
Maybe. I'm sure they play a bunch of places like this.
Yeah,
It's one of those.
Yeah.
There's a lot of tiers of bands, kind of like comics.
Yeah.
There's a lot of tiers.
Yeah, there's one called Pretty Reckless, though, and I think that this may be like, they might be upset that girl is doing fantastic because Dirty Pretty may have been around before.
I don't know.
I feel like I've heard of them. It doesn't.
It doesn't. They're if you're playing the lawn of the library in fucking Menomonie, doing the 7 to 8 p.m. set, you know what I'm saying? Like, you just work on what you're working on. There's really not a lot going on for you. And also in a nearby town here of Hayward, they have the 2025 Blues Band of the Year. The Jimmies, all Jimmies.
Is that right?
Yes, they said they're saving a spot for us. Just to we'll be there. It's fun. 6 guys named Jimmy, and they're going to add 2 more.
I've been working on the harmonica.
Yeah, we got this.
Working on it. I mean, I'm looking at it.
Yeah, we're going to be part of the band. We're going to be part of the band there. It's pretty good stuff. Crime rate in this town, what we're interested in here, the property crime is right about at average, just about average. And then violent crime, murder, rape, robbery, and, of course, assault, the Mount Rushmore of crime, is about 1/3 under the national average.
Fairly safe.
Kind of typical of college towns. You get people, breaking windows, pissing in the streets, doing uncontrollable partying at night. Uncontrollable. And then you get, the violent crimes less. So that said, let's talk about some murder, shall we?
Here we go. Yeah.
All right. Well, let's start out hot. What do you say? Screw this little ease into this bad boy. Yeah. December 23rd, 1986. Let's go back to 2 days before Christmas. This is at the Paradise Inn. Okay. Paradise Inn nearby here. Room 7, by the way.
Oh, we know the room. That's nice.
It's all gonna go down in room 7 here. There's a young man named Paul Zwick. Zwick. Paul Zwick. He's 23 at the time. He is a maintenance worker at the hotel and a part-time desk clerk. Okay. So he does the maintenance shit.
Jack of all trades.
And if it's nighttime, because he works like the night shift. So if it's nighttime, somebody needs to do something at the desk, he'll do that, and then he'll go fix something, and then he'll sit there pretty much for the rest of the time. Fair. It's a small town motel. What the fuck are we talking about here? So not that overwhelming with workload. He plans to join the Navy the next month. He's been already done.
He's a young man. Yeah.
He's already enlisted in the Navy, and he plans to leave next month. Yeah, he's 23, which is young still, but kind of, he didn't go to college. When people join the Navy when they're 23, it means they've tried some other shit and it didn't work. You know what I'm saying? I know this just from experience of knowing people. There's those gung-ho people who join right out of high school. And then there's those people that are like, well, this is my last attempt at something. I don't know.
And at 23, if you're working at the hotel and doing pretty much everything there on the night shift, your parents are probably going, you can't do this your whole fucking life. You got to do something. There's nothing in this town. Well, then fucking enlist in the Army. I don't care.
Yeah, get the fuck out of here. So anyway, he is covering the night shift for holiday pay because he gets paid extra because it's around Christmas. So he's like, I'll fucking cover the night shift. I'll do it. I don't mind. So he's doing that this night. Now, so it's not his normal night to work. Now, at 11:30 p.m. that night, damn near Christmas Eve, there's a call at the front desk to him, and it's a maintenance call. Someone saying there's room 7 saying there's something wrong with my heater.
Oh, boy.
Can you come fix it? Because we're talking about December in Wisconsin.
Not a good time to not have heater.
Heater's broken. You're going out and fixing it. So
be right there. Yeah.
Zwick grabs his toolbox, and this happens all the time, too. It's kind of a rundown motel. I assume they don't have the greatest, newest equipment. So he's fixing heaters quite a bit here. So he enters room 7. Now, the occupant of room 7 and the person who called for the heater to be repaired is a man named Alvin Edward Taylor. Okay. Now, Alvin Edward Taylor, born in 1947, so he's almost 40 at this point in time.
Sure.
He is a traveling musician.
Yeah.
He plays all around the area, Minnesota, all around this area, the Wisconsin Dells. He goes there and does all their shit.
But library fucking park grass.
At the moment, if he can get that gig, that's sought after. That's sought after.
Yeah.
He was trying to get it, but Dirty Pretty stole his spot, and he was pissed.
Yeah.
He was real pissed about it. So he decided
They got pretty reckless.
He decided to party uncontrollably.
Yeah.
So he bases himself out of this motel because, that doesn't pay a lot being a traveling musician like that. So he's living at this hotel, traveling guy, very strange looking man. He looks like if you took like Hank Kingsley, Jeffrey Tambor from the Larry Sanders Show with the mustache and the extremely bald head with the just little tiny ring of hair.
Very low ring.
Okay, so take that guy, take Jeffrey Tambor, and turn him black, and that's who you have here.
Really,
Black Tambor is what he looks like. That hair, and it's terrible looking. His hair looks awful because it's a little ring and a dumb mustache and the whole deal.
Sure.
Now, he's hanging out when Paul Zwick gets into the room. He goes in, he doesn't see anybody. He opens the door, he doesn't see anybody in there. He's like, hello. Behind the door is Alvin Taylor, this guy, Alvin Edward Taylor. Now, Alvin is behind the door holding a hammer.
Yeah.
He takes a swing with the hammer at Paul Zwick.
Oh, boy. Why?
Okay. Doesn't hit him full on, glancing blow to the head. So still, a glancing blow to the head with a hammer, still a blow to the head with a fucking hammer.
That'll cut you open.
So it makes Zwick stumble, because first of all, he didn't even see it coming. So then it hit him in the head. So it makes him stumble, but he stays on his feet. He keeps coming, Alvin does, with this hammer. Swings it, misses Paul completely, hits the wall.
Yeah.
Ends up putting a big hole in the wall with the hammer. Leaving a big giant hole. Now Zwick, he's in a closed, because the door was shut at this point. So he's in a very closed, I assume it's not a suite at the Waldorf, so it's probably a small little room with a guy who he doesn't even know, has no idea what's going on, and is swinging a hammer at him.
Yeah, and putting holes in the drywall that I'm going to have to fix later.
And he's doing that's the other thing. And he's doing like fucking Dante from Clerks going, I'm not even supposed to be here today the whole time. Come on, man. So that's how this is going. At this point, he's bleeding, and he's a little bit dazed from being hit in the head. But Zwick, being 23 and also a former high school wrestler, decides, I got to attack this guy. That's the only way I'm getting out of this. So he attacks him, just tries to tackle his ass. Alvin Taylor. So they wrestle around for a minute, and Zwick gets the hammer away from him.
Oh.
Paul Zwick, probably saving his own life. But the problem is, Alvin Taylor pulls a screwdriver out of his pocket, out of under the bed. We don't know where it came from, but he's got a screwdriver now.
He's got a whole ass
toolbox full of weapons
in there. Yeah.
He's ready to roll. Yeah.
God damn.
He could have fixed his own heater. He's got enough tools. The hell's the problem? So he pulls the screwdriver out and starts stabbing Paul Zwick, just stabbing his ass. Stabs him in the shoulder, stabs him in the arm, stabs him in his side with a screwdriver. And a screwdriver, that's a brutal thing to be stabbed with. You'd rather be stabbed with a knife generally, although it can go in deeper and cut organs. It hurts less to go in because it's sharp and made to do that. A screwdriver is just a big, nasty puncture hole. It's terrible. So he's stabbing him, and Zwick, though, he's doing a good job wrestling him. He's contained him, but the guy's kind of trying to stab him off of him, basically. Okay. So it's a mess here. He then gets on top of Alvin Taylor and begins punching him, just starts wailing on him, as you would do. Great. Just beating him till Alvin Taylor goes limping unconscious from being pummeled. Okay.
Holy.
So he leaves his attacker on the floor. Fucking, they're both bleeding now. This Alvin's bleeding from the face. He's bleeding from several puncture holes from his head. He's got all sorts of shit going on. So Paul Zwick, runs out of the room. Now, what do you think he does?
Go call 911 at the desk.
Right to the front desk, right?
Yeah.
No. He runs out of the room, across the parking lot.
Oh.
to his 1978 Camaro that's parked out there. Sweet ride, bro.
Hell yeah. It's got a 350, and I'm out of here.
That one does not have a 350, probably.
78? Sure it does.
Those started to get real weak in those late 70s.
78? It should have a 350.
The
still.
Trans Am, maybe. Not the Fire or
the Firebird? The SS?
Yeah, the Z28 is what I'm going for. That maybe, but not the
regular V6.
It might be. It might have a 350, but those were weak anyway. Those were big.
Yeah.
That 350 was weak in that thing.
Yeah, the 78 was the long front end with the recessed lights in the like weird tunnels on the corners.
After 76, you kind of want to. Yeah, it's a different thing. 78. I like the way they look. They're like that Rocky Trans Am look, basically, that long, the Rocky 2 car. So anyway, he jumps into the 1978 Camaro and drives himself to the hospital.
Oh, wow. He got away.
Yeah, he got away, drove to the hospital, which that makes sense. You call 911, just go to the hospital if you can do it. You know what I mean? You're going to stand there and wait. You could have been at the hospital already. So when he gets there, the ER nurses go, my God, what happened?
Uh-huh.
They call the police.
He says, what?
Because it looks like he's been attacked. They call the police. They say, oh, my God, what happened?
Yeah.
He said, quote, got jumped, don't know by who.
Why?
He knows exactly who it is. The man is registered with a fucking registration card at the hotel.
Is he Italian?
Yeah, seriously. Hey, Zwick doesn't sound like an Italian name, but he's like, listen, none of my business.
He really keeps it to himself.
None of my business.
Yeah.
So the cops came, and they said, look, what happened? Where did this happen? What happened? And all he would say to them is, couldn't see his face, too dark, don't know what happened. It was dark out. Somebody just jumped me, I don't know. Stabbed me a bunch of times.
Why would he do this?
I got away. Then his parents asked him too, and he said, wrong place, wrong time. Somebody just jumped me. I don't know what happened. It happens sometimes, I guess. Didn't want to deal with it.
Hell?
He is set to leave for the Navy on January 5th, and he he just doesn't care. He doesn't want to deal with it, which is crazy. At least you'd think you'd want to get the guy kicked out of the hotel, for Christ's sake. Right?
Yeah, you know where he's at. You know what room he's in. You know so much about him. Why not just have him arrested?
Not only that, but what happens when he calls for more towels next time and some fucking maid comes into the room and he jumps her? Then what happens? Like you gotta tell people about this shit. This is insane. He doesn't though. Now doesn't do it. Now obviously the question is, why did you not tell on this man?
Why not say anything? Yeah.
What the hell are you doing? And this is what he said later on. This is years later. He said, quote, I was leaving for the Navy in 2 weeks. Didn't want to deal with courts and trials and bullshit. Just wanted to get the hell out of Wisconsin. That's how much this place sucks.
Wow.
He's like, you can stab me. That won't keep me here. I don't give a fuck if they had to wheel my hospital bed to the goddamn naval ship. I'm going there. I don't care.
I can't imagine.
So, and January 5th, he reports to the naval station for basic training, and that's that. Forgets about it completely.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, the next day after that, we're going to – this is something that's going to recur over the course of this episode. The day after – not the day after he leaves for the Navy, but the day after the attack, Christmas Eve 1986, Alvin, who has a journal that he writes in, wrote in his journal. We're going to call this Alvin's Fun Time Journal Entries, okay? Because he's going to have a bunch of them throughout the whole thing. He said on December 24th, 1986, the demon was stronger than expected.
Oh.
Yeah.
Does he mean the one that was inside him or the one that came to the door? Is he delusional?
Young vessel, military training pending. The force says wait. Better targets coming.
Oh.
That's what he wrote. One more time. The demon was stronger than expected. That's Paul Zwick. Young vessel, military training pending. Paul Zwick. The force, and by the way, the force is written in all caps.
Yeah.
The force says wait.
Okay, so the force is inside him, right?
Yes. Better targets coming. So hold on. He's not the one.
Yeah, that one was too strong.
Wow. Which Star Wars did this one come out of?
I don't
This
recall.
must have been episode whatever. I don't know, because I don't recall this.
Yeah.
The Force being inside of a crazy person in a Menomonie motel room. I don't know that one.
What
but
the fuck?
So who is this goddamn lunatic with crazy diary entries and just unprovoked attacks on strangers? Okay. This is Alan Edward Taylor, like we said, born 1947. He is born in Milwaukee. He's from the south side of Milwaukee.
Yeah.
kind of low, low blue collar type of deal,
Sure.
Lower middle class. His father, and this was in the 50s, by the way. So in the 50s in Wisconsin, I'm sure the beer was flowing. I'm sure this was normal, not okay, but normal. His father beat the shit out of him on a regular basis.
Damn it.
Which some people, that really affects them badly, and obviously you shouldn't do that. But in the 50s, that was considered kind of normal. You know what I mean?
Part of it, yeah.
That was considered being a good dad in the 50s. Like, oh, well, I mean, he pays attention to his kid. Look at his son. He's got a black eye. Clearly, he's a great dad. He pays attention.
Part of growing up, babe. Yeah.
It was crazy. But this was more than just a smack around once in a while. This was regular beatings he was getting here. His mother was aggressively Midwestern and would just pretend like it wasn't happening. So, oh, well, got some of this cooking. Like, I don't know what's going on over there with old Alvin, but, it's okay. And interesting. So it's strange. And he said it was not really neglect, but not just, she seemed to just not care. She seemed to be detached from the whole situation and anything that was going on with him. She was just in the kitchen doing stuff. That was it.
Okay.
So interesting. So Alvin, as a young man, gets into music. That's kind of his escape from everything.
Yeah.
There's a piano in the basement of his house, and he teaches himself how to play the piano in the basement of his house, I assume while hiding from a beating. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
While trying to avoid a beating. I can only imagine. Well, maybe if I play something he likes, he'll stop beating me. So he had done all of this, and over time, through his childhood, he plays more and more into music, starts to try to sing. He wants to be a musician. That's what he's all about. That's the escape from Milwaukee that he sees here. So by his 20s, he starts to do shows where he's going from town to town. He's booked at like a hotel for 2 nights to sing in their lounge, and then over there. I'm sure a lot of this is for free bar tabs and
a room
and dinner things in a room. It's we've done those comedy gigs. We know
Food,
this comedy
water, and
gig.
shelter is what you're playing for.
Yeah. And you drive there on your own fucking dime.
Yeah.
How often?
Not gas money. You're playing for food, water, shelter.
Remember how sought after those comedy gigs were in Arizona?
Boy.
Oh, you mean a casino that's 2 hours away that I don't even want to stay at? You mean I can go there, perform, and then they'll just give me free food and drinks? That sounds great. That's awesome. I'll pay $40 in gas to get there.
I'd rather have money. No.
Yeah. And it's going to be for 30 indifferent tourists. Oh, excellent. Please.
Indifferent. Oh, you wish they were indifferent.
Well,
they hate you actively.
No. That's how it's sold to you.
Yeah.
And you're like, wow, that sounds great. And you get there and they're like, oh, these are drunken people who hate me.
Actively and individually.
Who are angry that they set up a microphone in this area of the lounge where they were just talking to somebody.
You've surprised them with comedy.
Oh, that's the best.
That's the worst thing to surprise people
Nothing worse than assaulting people with comedy.
Yeah.
The only thing worse is if you just showed up with a trumpet or something. It was just like every time they went to talk. That would be the only thing worse than, let me tell you this dick joke while you're trying to tell somebody about something.
I've got a story for you after we're done. I'll just the bar I stopped at last night in Prescott, I asked them if they do comedy here ever. She goes, oh, not anymore. I was like, oh, what happened?
We could probably say, let me guess, it was one of these 4 people that ruined it. It was this one. That's the funny part that we knew.
I said, I knew why.
Exactly. Oh, you know
I knew
why.
exactly why it was ruined. I go, were they from Phoenix? And she
obviously.
Goes, oh, yeah.
Where else are they from? We think there's no Kingman comedians or Sierra Vista comedians. There's Phoenix comedians and 3 in Tucson.
They waited a year to ask if they could do it again, and they didn't even realize they were talking to the same person. She goes, I remember what happened. They go, oh, okay.
Okay, never mind. Yep. That's comedy in Arizona for you.
Not anymore, she said.
Oh, not anymore. Oh, that's done now. Holy shit. So oh, man, that's funny. So Taylor's trying to do this, is what he's trying to do, Alvin Taylor, trying to be that miserable guy, gets all his shit together, because we're talking the 70s. He's got his polyester going.
Oh, boy.
Oh, the suits and everything like that. He sings a combination of Motown hits and Frank Sinatra standards he loves too. He loves My Way.
Yeah.
He loves the Sinatra standards, and he mixes that with a little bit of the Temptations for some reason.
Sure.
I'm going to throw that in there too. Okay.
Yeah.
Which, not a bad medley. I'll listen to a Sinatra Motown medley. Put it together for me. Let's see. I like both those things.
It's all Italian restaurant music. It's fine.
It's fine. And and he's a good performer. He's very personable. He's a very magnetic performer in terms of he has charisma on stage. He smiles and sings, and I just picture him on Stairway to Stardom now. Just picture him.
It's that. Yeah,
he's that guy. You know what I mean? So he's doing great. He's working the circuit, and now the circuit, much like comedy in Arizona, consists of a couple of different Holiday Inns in Madison.
Oh,
ooh, a Ramada Lounge in Minneapolis. And any other place he can go. If there's a piano and he can croon and put one of those giant brandy snifters on it for tips, you know those back in the day that you'd see on there. You can put one of those up there. He's fine. One club owner from Eau Claire who booked him regularly in the early 80s said he had this voice, smooth as bourbon, you know? Smooth as bourbon?
Who says that?
Take a shot of bourbon and then tell me if it was smooth. As you go, smooth.
Yeah, no. You can get a decent one, but it's still
not
the
smooth.
Smoothest bourbon still hurts.
It still hurts. As smooth as a milkshake, maybe. What are we talking about?
Yeah, you got to dilute that to make it smooth.
Yeah, smooth as bourbon, you know, could make My Way sound like he wrote it himself. Frank Sinatra.
Oh, really?
I did it my way. The ladies loved him. Hell, everybody loved him until they didn't.
Yeah.
Yes, that's Alvin. He's a great guy to get in the door. Big smile.
Yeah.
Fucking charming voice, charming guy, handsome, does all this. Everybody, even with that, despite the lack of hair, handsome, doing great. Ladies loved him, and then he would turn a little nuts, and then you wouldn't love him anymore because he's acting crazy. Yeah. He goes on tour in 1969 with a band that he's in. He's actually in a band.
Got some fellas.
Got some fellas, some ladies, and they are touring the Northeast doing a soul act, basically, doing a bunch of soul songs, Motown shit, stuff like that. Playing clubs up and down the I-95, basically, and from Boston to Baltimore. That whole, which there's a lot of towns in there. You got Philly, New York, Baltimore. You got a lot going on.
You can really do it.
A lot of population there. So they were in a Howard Johnson's in Hartford, Connecticut.
Oh, boy.
And there was TVs up in the bar.
Yeah.
They weren't on. The televisions were off.
Okay.
And he said their television was talking to him.
No TV.
Without it being on. Mm-hmm. Which, that's a problem. If it's on, you can go, okay, well, yeah, there's Walter Cronkite's up there. Of course he's talking to you.
Talking head. They're telling you some stuff.
Clearly something's happening. But, Archie Bunker's right there. He's talking to you. But this is a different story.
Yeah.
This is a turned-off TV, which is crazy. This is what everyone will call his first clear psychotic break, is at this moment in time here. In the bar, first the TV was talking to him. Sure. And what the TV was telling him is the important part.
That's where it is.
The TV was telling him that there were some men in the bar who were going to kill him.
Oh.
So, I mean, that's a good heads up. Nice TV. Thanks. So then the band left, and they got on the bus that they were traveling on. And on the bus, he started thinking that the people on the bus, his bandmates and the people who travel with the band, that they were plotting to kill him and were actively going to kill him. So then they get to the motel, like, okay, let's get to the motel. You go in your room and calm down. He started freaking out. He thought the maid was going to kill him at the hotel.
Oh.
So he's just gone a complete nuts. He went up to knocked on a bandmate's door, was banging on his door, and then he ran away. And went back in his room, and they go looking for him, and he's barricaded in the bathroom with a chair against the door on the other side of the room. He took a chair into the bathroom, put it up there, barricaded himself in the bathroom. And they go, Alvin, you okay in there, bud?
Yeah.
You got like just a just eat Arby's tonight, or what's the deal here? You got a deuce cooking? What's happening? And
what's the problem, Bob?
He says, quote, they're coming for me. Okay. Who is coming for you?
Yeah.
And he said, can't you hear them? They're using frequencies, the broadcast frequencies. They're coming for me.
Oh, no.
Oh, boy. That's when you start going, what do we do with Alvin?
Yeah.
What do we do?
He's fired, obviously.
They left him there. They just left. They left the motel and left him there. They didn't take him. They were like, he's fucking crazy. We can't take him down the eastern seaboard like this. This is insane. So they went out without. They went without him. So Alvin got a Greyhound bus back to Milwaukee.
Oh.
Imagine being on that bus with that guy for 3 fucking days.
Boy.
And he was convinced the whole time, he was acting real squirrely for 3 days, convinced that most of the other passengers were FBI agents. Now, okay, that's number one, who were monitoring his thoughts.
Yeah.
How do you monitor his thoughts, you might ask?
Well, I do ask.
Through the overhead lights in the bus.
Oh, those,
they got
frequencies in there, yeah.
That's how that's how they're monitoring his thoughts. They're sitting around him using the light to monitor his thoughts, and then obviously, jotting it all down. For 3 days, he's doing this.
Boy. Yeah.
He is a loaded pistol when he gets back there, man. He's out of his mind. So by 1970, he experiences his first hospitalization, which is probably for the best.
Yeah.
He got home, freaked out, melted down for another 6 months, and then ended up in the hospital, the Milwaukee County Mental Health Complex in 1970. His diagnosis here is acute paranoid schizophrenia.
Yeah.
Duh. With auditory hallucinations.
Sure.
Not good. Hears things, thinks there's people there that aren't there, thinks there's things happening.
Alternate realities are happening.
Frightening. Treatment, they decided to give him Thorazine, which basically they just medicated him to a state where he couldn't function.
Antipsychotics and calming.
He was just like walking around in circles, drooling on himself. He was just a complete mess. He couldn't do anything. So now his insurance, I guess, whatever insurance he had, stopped paying for this after 6 weeks. They said, well, that's enough, which nowadays they wouldn't even pay for 6 weeks. They wouldn't pay for 2 fucking minutes of that.
He should be thankful he got anything.
That's what I mean. Back then, they'd actually do it. Try that now. They'd go, oh, well, you're cutting him off the fucking rolls. He's
on their side, I could see why they wouldn't want to do that because it's going to be, A, expensive, and B, if 6 weeks didn't do it, what the fuck are we going to do?
Well, he needs more. That's what I mean. That's why we have crazy people walking around killing people because we have insurance companies won't fucking pay for it. It's force these cocksuckers to pay for mental health care. That's what we need to do.
Boy, is there quagmire brewing there.
That's a mess, a separate mess that we need not get into.
Oh, they can't take care of normal diseases, let alone those outrageous ones.
Oh, health, we meant just physical.
Yeah,
mental health. Let him kill 20 people. We got to save a few bucks. I don't care if he fucking goes in and takes out a school. We need to save a few bucks. What are we talking about?
We're barely putting bones back together.
Yeah.
The brain doesn't have any bones.
Mental health in this country is not in good shape, man.
We're in trouble.
We are in a lot of trouble. It's not prioritized at all. Normal people don't even. It's hard. So through the 1970s, he just kind of stumbles his way through. He's singing. He's doing a lounge act. He's got jobs here and there. Yeah. He did discover something that could help him with the voices.
Cocaine.
Fucking cane. You got it.
Is it?
You're absolutely right. Absolutely. He discovered, you know what calms them down? Cocaine. You got to speed them up to calm them down. That's what it is.
It's the mental health Ritalin.
Well, they were calling for cocaine. That was the problem. Then they're like, oh, thank you. And then they're good after a while.
Now we're
good.
in business. Yeah.
So that's interesting. So by 1978, he's selling coke too.
Oh.
Yeah, because he works in places like Chicago. He'll do a show, and then he'll buy a bunch of coke, and then he's going to go tour a bunch of small towns in Wisconsin.
Where there's no coke.
Where you can sell coke for 3 times what you bought it for in the big city. So there you go.
They need coke. Yeah.
They need coke. Yeah, these people need it, man. They're all hopped up on curds and beer. They need some coke
Uber
there.
eats you some coke. It's beautiful.
That's it. So they're doing it. 1980, he is in Medford, Wisconsin. He had been playing at a bar called the Tombstone Tap, which is a dive bar that basically all of the drugs in town come from as well. That's where you buy drugs. You want coke, you go to the Tombstone Tap. Now, I don't know if this is true or not, but according to the internet, I'm going to read you a fact about the Tombstone Tap that's going to blow your fucking mind.
I'll bet it's factual.
The Tombstone Tap was the original bar in Medford, Wisconsin, where the Tombstone Frozen Pizza Company got its start in 1962.
That makes all the sense in the world.
It does. It really does. So that's like a bar pizza, frozen pizza like that. That's considered a bar pizza. Those used to be free back in the day at bars.
Is that right?
In the Midwest, you know the reason why in Chicago they cut it into tiny squares? Mm-hmm. Not just to be frustrating and to ruin the fucking pizza. They did that because they were free. The bars would put those out like pretzels or peanuts, and people would eat them, and that would keep them drinking. And so that they cut them into the smaller squares so they'd have more pieces for everybody.
Makes all the sense. And these little towns, they all still have frozen pizzas there. They're like, do you got food here? No, we got pizzas, though. We'll make you a pizza.
Yeah.
You'll make me a fucking pizza?
Yeah, you'll
the bar?
Heat me up a Red Baron. Thanks a lot.
Yeah, they got a toaster oven back there, and they make a shitty pizza.
Yeah, I'll eat it. When you're drinking, who cares?
It's not bad.
So they said the bar was named because it was located across the street from a cemetery.
Okay.
While the bar itself no longer exists in its original form, the city of Medford is still home to the company's roots and its manufacturing facilities.
Oh, they're still making that garbage.
Apparently, yeah. The Tombstone Tap was opened by Pep and Ron Simic in 1962. They started to make pizzas to get people into the bar and keep them drinking. Pizzas became super popular, so they started selling them to other taverns in the area. Yeah. Eventually, outgrowing the bar's kitchen, they had to move into a manufacturing facility in Medford, and then the company was sold to Kraft Foods in 1986, and now is owned by Nestle. So that pizza's so far removed from being a Wisconsin bar pizza.
Staple.
Now it's been passed around by multiple multinational conglomerates.
Yeah.
So
turned into some bullshit. What do you want on your tombstone?
Absolutely. So here he is. Jesus Christ, he's being a salesman at this point.
Yeah.
Alvin, he's a Coke salesman. There is an undercover operation at the Tombstone Tap by the police about cocaine sales. It's a 3-month investigation, and Alvin ends up being caught with 2 ounces in his car, 2 ounces of Coke.
Dang.
Back then, too, that's a lot of Coke back then. In his Buick LeSabre. So then they went and searched his motel room at the Starlight Inn and found another 4 ounces of Coke there.
Oh, boy, had 6 ounces.
He had 6 fucking ounces of Coke. That's
a lot of Coke.
He is the major distributor of the area.
He's
what that is. Yeah. So the arrest reports noted that he was, quote, cooperative, but appeared to be responding to unseen stimuli. In other words, fucking crazy.
Yeah.
Cooperative, but also answering questions from the air that nobody asked. And, saying stuff is bothering. They could tell he's nuts. So he goes to prison to Waupun, which from 1980 to 1983. And inside the joint now, he's not getting medication.
Yeah.
He doesn't have his cocaine to keep the voices at bay. So nothing to keep the voices at bay. No music to play either. He is just insane in jail. Voices like crazy, talking to himself, yelling at nothing, acting like a fucking lunatic.
Yeah.
At all times. A prison psychiatrist noted thusly, quote, patient believes he receives divine missions through electrical devices.
Oh, boy.
God will contact you through the toaster. Don't worry.
Yeah.
It'll be there. God's going to contact you through the curling iron. Keep your ears open. You know what I mean?
Fuck. Yeah.
Holy shit. Quote, particular fixation on being chosen as God's soldier to eliminate evil from earth. This is not good. When someone feels they've been divinely tasked to clean up the garbage, that's not a good thing at all. Then said prescribed Haldol, but compliance questionable. He does not like meds is the other problem. When you get somebody who's detached from reality and does not like meds, that is bad. Because at some point they voluntarily have to take medicine.
Yeah.
Or be crazy.
What are you going to do about that? Jesus. You got to keep him in there for a long time, right?
No. In 1983, he's released early for good behavior. This is good behavior.
Or pain in the ass. Such a pain in the ass that we call it good and let him go.
It's sure he's talking to people and he's yelling at the electrical outlets, but he hasn't stabbed anybody. So in prison, that's considered good behavior.
Oh, boy.
Nobody, by the way, the state doesn't follow up on any psychiatric recommendations. No, nothing. They don't say you have to go see somebody who then makes you go see a shrink. None of that shit. They just say bye and release him out into the wild.
Oh boy.
So he goes back to playing music because that's the only way he can make a living, really, and that's what he knows how to do. So he does that. He just gets gigs here and there, and it's been 3 years, so his networks are kind of crumbled a little bit, but he was doing it. He comes back to one place he had worked before called the Lamplighter, and a bartender there named Martha said that Martha's a hot piece of ass, as we know, obviously, from earlier episodes. Quote, he was different after prison. Still charming, still had that voice, but sometimes he'd stop mid-song and stare at nothing. I didn't mind. Fuck's going on over there? Hey, turn that light off. It keeps talking to me. Turn the ceiling fan off. I can't take it.
Shit.
The quote, like he was listening to something nobody else could hear. Because he is. He's listening to voices that other people don't hear.
They're talking back.
They are talking back. Yeah, he's listening to shit. He based himself out of Eau Claire, renting a series of shitty apartments, motel rooms, just kind of in that area. Eau Claire, by the way, is very near Menomonie. It goes Menomonie, Springbrook, two separate words, because there's another Springbrook in Wisconsin. That's one fucking word. This is Springbrook, and then there's Eau Claire over there to the east. Now, he based himself there, and that means he can go from there to the Twin Cities, down to Madison and back, and play gigs that way. A little kind of triangular tour, basically, that he does. He works at the Paradise Inn in West Bend. Paradise Inn in West Bend is the place where he attacked Paul Zwick later on.
Oh, right. Yeah.
So he's working there, doing stuff there. They take him back at the Tombstone, even though he got busted selling massive amounts of coke out of there. Hey, he's a good singer. What do you want?
Yeah. And sometimes people deserve a second chance.
They do.
Yeah.
Who knows? He was selling coke. It was 1980. Who wasn't doing coke and selling coke? Who cares? And also at the Lamplighter that we mentioned before, which is in Menomonie. September 1983, he's prescribed medication.
Oh.
I don't know what it is, if he went in or was feeling off, but he's prescribed Thorazine again. But he stopped using it after 2 weeks, telling a psychiatrist it makes me unable to perform, which I can totally understand. You can't go do an engaging stage show on Thorazine. That's incredibly crazy. Imagine going up and trying to do a half hour of stand-up on Thorazine.
That would be like that. Yeah.
Well, anything like I was going to say on anything. I've done it on plenty of different drugs, but not that one.
Not that, yeah.
Not one like that. Ones that make you more...
Not a sedative, yeah.
No, well, weed. Weed, mushrooms.
It can be a sedative, sure.
Yeah, I've used it. Had plenty of edibles, booze, that's a sedative, and all those.
Yeah.
But not Thorazine, which is Thorazine is like when they're wrestling an elephant to the ground. They're like, hey, stick it in, just get him. And they hit him with the Thorazine. Yeah. There's some giant lunatic in prison or some shit. So January 1984, he's given a Haldol prescription. He never fills it.
Oh.
Just given a prescription. He doesn't go to the pharmacy and get it done or anything. 1984 in June here, he is hospitalized briefly in Milwaukee, but he's released after 72 hours. They hold him for 72. Can't hold him any more than that unless he's a danger to himself or others.
What year is that, though, that they're doing
84.
this? 84. Yeah, they don't know what the fuck they're doing yet.
No, they don't have any idea. Just stick him with the Thorazine? Yeah, did that work? I don't know. That's all we got.
Did you give him Haldol? He didn't take it? Well,
weird.
I don't know, man.
I don't know what to tell you. November 1984. Okay. Things are going a little sideways for him, obviously. He meets a friend. Everybody needs a friend.
Sure.
Everybody needs a friend, and he does. He meets a friend named Robert Williams. Not Robin Williams, Robert Williams.
Sure.
Old Bobby Will here. He's 38 years old. Williams had moved to the Eau Claire area in June 1980 when he had found a job at Cray Research in Chippewa Falls. Okay, he does computer stuff. He's a computer guy, basically.
Okay. Yeah.
He works at this point in 1984 for NCR Corporation in Eau Claire, installing and maintaining computer systems for businesses trying to, basically this is the beginning of the computer age. So there's tons of businesses that are going from paper to computers at this point in the 80s. Like they're getting their first computer system. And so being a computer guy that installs that kind of shit's a very good job back then for that sort of thing. So he's divorced. He has no kids. Old Bob Williams here. He meets Alvin Taylor at a bar in November of 84. Alvin was playing at the bar.
Yeah.
It's Charlie's West Side Bar is the name of it. He was playing it was a Friday night. He was playing his stuff. He was singing everything. And Bob Williams here, he put a request up there. Yeah. Hey, can you sing this? Sure, fuck it. He asked for Fly Me to the Moon, Frank Sinatra standard. Yeah. So, and Alvin Taylor was like, fuck yeah, right in my wheelhouse, no problem. Right. So he sang it. And after his set, they started talking. And they both really love Frank Sinatra music. So they were talking about Frank Sinatra for a while. And they're both fans of the Cincinnati Reds baseball team. So
yeah, that's good.
They're like, oh, you're a Reds fan? I'm a Reds fan too, which is in the middle of nowhere in Wisconsin probably isn't that common for you to be a Reds fan. You know what I mean? Maybe Brewers, maybe Cubs or White Sox or Twins even because you're an hour away from there. But probably not the Reds. So that's something that you would notice about someone and talk to them about. Now, Bob himself was kind of a lonely guy. He was divorced semi-recently and not doing real well with it. That's why he was out by himself at a bar on a Friday night requesting Fly Me to the Moon rather than being with significant others or friends or anything like that. Bob's sister said Bob was lonely.
Oh.
The divorce hit him hard. He was always looking for friends, for connections. When he told me about this singer he'd met, how they were hanging out, I was happy for him. God, I was so happy for him. That's what she said. So they started hanging out and became good friends. And Alvin doesn't have a lot of friends that he hangs out with, and neither does Bob. Well, he's got those friends. They're mainly adversaries, though. Really, I think. So they developed an actual friendship. Bob would go to Alvin's shows and all that kind of shit, and they would drink together, and Bob sometimes would do like kind of roadie work for him. He'd just help him. He'll help you move your speaker in or your whatever equipment he had. He'd help him with that kind of shit. And Alvin would call Bob, and they would hang out and do their thing. Here is we're gonna have Alvin's Fun Time Journal entry again. Here, it's Alvin's Fun Time Journal time. Okay, December 12th, 1984, from Alvin in his journal. Quote: Bob Williams. Okay, that's what we're talking about. His friend Bob Williams. Bob Williams, sent by, all caps, them. Bob Williams, sent by them. Pretends friendship, but monitors, he writes.
Yeah.
Electronic surveillance through his computer knowledge. That's what so somehow his knowledge of computers allows him to be able to rejigger the electronic equipment to be able to monitor him.
Okay.
At the request of, quote, them.
Them, yeah.
Whoever that is. Okay. Now we have Alvin's Fun Time Journal entry from July 3rd, 1985.
Terrific, yeah.
Williams asking questions. Too many questions. Where do I live? Where do I go? Like a friend would ask you normal questions about yourself. That's considered... Like if you ask somebody, if you were an alien and you got dropped down and you went to people and you go, well, how do you make a friend with somebody? What do you do? How do you, show interest? They would say, ask them questions about themselves. That shows you're interested, right? That's how you do that shit.
Well, on first dates, they often say, don't just answer questions, ask questions.
Where do you live? Where do you go? Things of that nature. What are you interested in?
Yes or no's. Ask about them. Be curious.
Don't just talk about yourself. Ask about them. That's the whole way you do it. Where do I go? Where do I live? FBI? ? CIA? ? And then all caps, the force warns me.
Oh, it's saying beware.
Beware of Bob Williams because he's asking too many questions about where he lives and where he goes, and he must be in this FBI, CIA. Here's the thing. I don't know what he thinks the FBI or CIA is interested in him about. He never seems to say, like, they're after me because A, B, and C. It's just they're just after him.
They're just after me. Yeah.
Shows how exactly crazy he is. He doesn't even have like a step B for them. Step 1, find out everything about Alvin. Yeah. Step 2, we'll work on that later.
That's after Alvin.
That's early 1985 now. Okay. Because that was January 3rd, 85 was that last journal entry.
Sure.
Early 1985. This is in Springbrook, Wisconsin, which is between Menomonie and Eau Claire, and it's a little town.
Yeah. The one with the space?
The one with space brook. This says there's nothing here. There is not a restaurant, a gas station, not a fucking thing here.
Is there a spring or a brook?
Neither. So Alvin finds a farmhouse to rent here. It's super rural, so it's going to be cheap if you can find something, basically. This is a white, kind of a shitty white house, basically. Shitty white old house with peeling paint, but surrounded by 40 acres of woods and land, basically. Nearest neighbors over a quarter mile away.
Shit, yeah.
This is what Alan needs. Yeah. First of all, if you're going to fuck with music, this is nice. You're not disturbing anybody. And if you're going to be an insane person, this is probably the best place for you to keep you out of everybody's hair. Now, he very private, all that kind of thing. The landlord said he paid 6 months up front in cash.
Wow.
So you're not going to even ask a background. You're not going to ask any follow-up. Where do you live and where do you go? Where do you go if someone pays 6 months advance in cash?
6 months advance. I'll fuck off for 6 months. Yeah.
Yeah. He said he needed somewhere quiet to write music. I didn't ask questions. Cash spends. That's what I didn't ask. I had cash in hand, so I said, "Great, see ya." Fuck it, that's hilarious. Yeah. Cash spends. So the farmhouse becomes his home base. He's always, he's only here a few nights at a time, and he's out on the road or he's out doing something. He's always moving, always doing shit. And also the voices are still happening, so they tell him to go places and do things. It's a lot. More of Alvin's Fun Time Journal here.
Here we go.
Alvin's Fun Time Journal, March 18th, 1985. Quote, "The television confirms." First of all, the television doesn't confirm anything.
Well,
it just puts stuff out. There's no to confirm. Mean you'd have to put info in, and then no. It's just telling you shit. The television confirms Williams equals demon operative.
Yeah.
So Bob Williams =, demon operative. Obviously. Yeah. Elimination authorized by divine frequency. So, through the television, he has been told that Bob Williams is a demon operative, and I assume, through the bedside lamp, that divine frequency has authorized him to eliminate Bob Williams, is what he's saying. Okay, July 15th, 1985. Alvin Taylor calls Bob Williams that morning. Says, "Hey, why don't you come over tonight? You should come over, hang out tonight." He said, I'm working on some songs, and I got some new songs I'd like to play for you on the piano, and I can sing them, and you tell me what you think of them, and, bring some beer, and we'll hang out and play some music and whatever. Fun Friday night, So Bob Williams drives he's got a 1982 Ford Escort, so he's doing great.
Hell yeah.
It's about 40 minutes from Eau Claire to Springbrook, from where he was to Springbrook. He stopped at Fuzzy's Liquor Store. Fuzzy's Liquor Store got a 12-pack of Miller High Life. Oh, baby.
My God.
Yikes. Your stomach is going to be hating you tomorrow. Yeah. The receipt is time-stamped at 6:47 p.m., so we know that's when that happened. Okay. We assume he went over to the house.
Yeah.
That is July 15th. It's a Friday night. Now, by July 18th, on Monday morning, Bob Williams doesn't show up for work.
Oh.
At the computer place.
Yeah.
So the work calls his house, and they talk to his ex-wife, Willie. She probably divorced him because her name was Willie Williams and decided that was ridiculous.
Can't
and
do that.
You can't do that. So she had to get a divorce. So she tried to find him too, based on what the work people said. She couldn't find him. She files a missing person report with the police on July 20th. So they do an investigation, but it's pretty minimal in 1985. Like, because he doesn't have any history of mental illness or like regular illness or anything that would make you like afraid that he's like, dead in the woods somewhere. He fell over while going for a walk.
Yeah.
He's been depressed a bit. He's just divorced recently. They go to his house. Everything's in place. Nothing looks weird. So they're like, what do we do with this? It's probably just some guy who couldn't take it anymore and took off. His apartment looks depressing. I'd leave too. You know what I mean? Like, he's a grown man. If he wants to leave, he can leave. Leave him alone. And especially because it's the ex-wife calling it in. They're like, fucking, maybe he doesn't feel like fucking talking to her. Maybe that's why.
Maybe she's mad. She's not getting shit.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. And also, if your ex-wife is talking, you're like, maybe I wouldn't call my ex-wife back either. And she's going to call the cops, and now they're over at my house.
Yeah.
And so they're like, fuck it. He's fine. She's probably just trying to get away from this lady. Whatever. So that's that. They don't, after a couple of weeks, they don't even think about it anymore. File goes in the back of the cabinet.
Oh, God.
He probably took off. What do we care?
Being a guy.
Adults are allowed to leave, basically.
Yeah. He's out being a guy somewhere.
Yeah.
Leave him alone.
Leave him alone. Maybe he's getting some. So
maybe he started a new family.
Who the hell knows? He could do whatever he wants. Maybe he went to Canada just to try the syrup. You never know. Maybe he's ricing in northern Minnesota. We don't know. So that Friday, after the Monday he's reported missing, he continues performing, Alvin does. He performs at Charlie's West Side Bar that Friday, the same one. Sang Fly Me to the Moon even, Bob's favorite. No Bob, though. I don't know if he thought maybe that would make him materialize. If he sang Fly Me to the Moon, Bob would appear, but he didn't. So where the hell is Bob? Let's find out what actually happened to Bob, shall we? Here? Okay. Now, they were sitting on the back porch. Bob came over to Alvin's house.
Yeah.
They're sitting on the back porch, drinking beer, and just hanging out. The sun is setting. There's cornfields they're looking at, just sun setting, chilling.
Nice night.
Nice night.
12-pack at MGD.
Yeah, he's going to play some songs.
Oh, it's High Life, actually. It isn't
High
MGD.
Life, not MGD. It's High Life is diarrhea fuel.
Killer.
That's bad, yeah.
Ooh, dang.
So Bob was talking about his job, was talking about computer systems and a new code that he was, working on, and he's coding different things. Alvin doesn't know shit about what this means, but he's nodding along, just listening to people.
Yeah.
You listen to people's very specific work things, and you're like, I don't know what that means. But
professional references, and they got acronyms and shit. Yeah,
they got jargon. They got fucking jargon. Oh, your TPS report, great. Yeah, we know all about that. Like, who the fuck knows what you're talking about? So then, according to Alvin, while this is happening, quote, then the message came through.
Oh, then he got a brain fax.
The message.
Yeah.
Not through the radio this time, through Bob himself, is what Alvin said. Yeah.
They used Bob.
Quote, his voice changed, became their voice. Demonic, threatening. So Bob was just talking about computer code, and then he was like, so you got to put in the thing, and he's like, I will eat your soul. And Alvin's like, oh, shit. Wow, that's a lot.
Give me sugar.
Give me sugar. Either that or he's like, talking about MS-DOS. And he started getting into computer shit that way. So Alvin said when this happened, he said he got up, politely excused himself. Said, excuse me a minute, Bob. I have to go inside for a second. Went inside, goes into his bedroom, grabs a .357 Magnum out of his dresser drawer.
Oh, shit.
The fact that this guy has a .357 Magnum is terrifying.
Yeah, that's
completely terrifying.
Yeah.
This guy, he shouldn't be able to have a fucking rubber band and a nickel. Like, never mind an actual weapon. This is crazy. What the fuck? A Dennis the Menace slingshot would be a lot for this guy. So he comes back out. Bob still, starts talking again. They were just oblivious to the whole thing. They're just beer chat at this point. So as they're talking, out of nowhere, Alvin just raises the gun and shoots Bob right in the fucking head.
Wow.
Through the skull, right above the right ear.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Bob falls forward, beer bottle breaks on the ground, the whole deal. Then he shoots him again, as if a .357 to the side of the head at close range wouldn't do it. Shoots him in the torso this time.
Uh-huh.
Bob falls off the chair. So he's obviously a goner.
It's over. Yeah.
Alvin comes over, stands over him, aims at his head again, fires again, quote, to make sure the demon was expelled.
You got to vent it. Yeah.
It's the thing. The two shots might not, I mean, he might be dead, but the demon could still be in there.
Yeah. Shot him
Another
in the head,
shot.
It run in his gut, shot him in the gut. It ran back to his head.
Now I got to open the door to let him out.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
yeah.
It's like having a raccoon gets in your living room. You can't close up the whole house at that point. You got to open all the doors so he can run out.
This is fascinating.
Apparently he first started thinking of killing in 1984, the year before.
Yeah.
And he liked Robert Williams. He said he liked Bob, but he thought Bob had killed someone.
Oh.
Then at one point, when he was in town, okay, I don't know which town this was, but in one of the small towns, Alvin heard a small child say to him, quote, "Yeah, get rid of him."
Got to get him.
So somehow these entities talked to him through a small child and told him, "Yeah, get rid of him," which obviously Alvin took as, I should kill my friend Bob.
Got to shoot him 3 times.
Because a small child told me, yeah, get rid of him. So where does he put Bob?
Where?
Well, before this happened, Alvin spent 3 days digging a hole in the outside. 3 fucking days prior to this.
Yeah.
He had this planned. He had a very large grave, 6 feet deep, 4 feet wide. Not a shallow grave. He's going to just put some twigs and leaves on it. He dug a fucking grave like a psycho.
Yeah.
6 by 4 is not bad.
I mean, he clearly knew what he was doing.
That's insane. So that's crazy. He did all of that. This is behind the farmhouse where the property meets a tree line right up there. He also went to Hanson's Farm Supply the previous week, by the way.
Oh. Yeah.
Before he killed Bob, and bought 50 pounds of quicklime.
Yeah.
And he told them that he needed it for pest control, which there's better things to use for pest control than quicklime, by the way, everybody.
Quicklime is just dissolved.
They have poison you can put down.
Yeah.
Kills everything. So
you can just use juicy fruit.
That's that, whatever you want.
Yeah.
So he dragged Bob by the ankles. He later would completely clean the blood trail with bleach, by the way.
Okay.
Dumped Bob in the hole.
Yeah.
Poured in all the quicklime. Filled up the hole.
Yeah.
And then he planted tomatoes.
Over it?
Over it.
Yeah.
Yeah, put some tomatoes in there. That'll do it. He writes on July 16th, 1985, in Alvin's Fun Time Journal entry, again, everybody.
You really
it's
verbose fella. Yeah.
He said, quote, "First demon eliminated."
Got one.
First one.
Yeah.
By the way, not the demon. Got that demon. No, first one on the list of demons.
Okay.
First demon eliminated. The Force pleased.
Okay.
That's good. More work to come.
There's some more down the road. Yeah.
Ready? August 1985. Okay. This is fucking crazy. He's still at the farmhouse in Springbrook.
Okay.
He's eliminated a demon.
Yeah.
The Force is pleased. So Bob is buried in the backyard under some tomatoes. He then brings in a tenant into the house.
Oh, he's going to sublet?
Oh, he's got a sublet. Yeah, he's not making that much doing his gigs here.
Yeah.
There's a guy named Marcus Henderson who's 24 years old, and he is a graduate student at UW Stout studying agriculture. Okay. He later said, quote, "He was a good landlord," Bob was. "Quiet, traveled a lot for his music. Sometimes I'd hear him talking to himself late at night, but hell, I talk to myself during thesis writing too." He thought he was just like songwriting. So you talk to yourself.
Yeah, sometimes you got to say it out loud.
Yeah, if you're a comic, I've said jokes out loud. Can I say those words together? Do they sound right? I've done that before. Usually not for hours at a time, maybe once, but still, we'll let it go. This guy lived there for 18 months.
Wow.
Never noticed anything.
A year and a half.
Year and a half. He did complain about a weird smell from the backyard at one point, and Alvin blamed it on raccoons get under the deck and die.
People say that a lot, don't they?
That is the Poughkeepsie serial killer, the Kendall Francois guy. Yeah. That was, I know, my mailman did his mail stuff and knows all those. So when that all happened, all the mailmen gossiped about it, and multiple mailmen had noticed the smell, and he told multiple mail guys, these fucking raccoons nest under here, and then they die under my porch, and I can't get to them, and that's why it stinks. Meanwhile, he had so many bodies in there.
9 in there.
So many bodies in there. Unbelievable.
But that's what Dahmer used to say to his grandma, too.
Yeah.
I found that smell. It's a raccoon under the fucking porch. I can't get it.
It's just what works, man, especially in Wisconsin. Seems like these raccoons get in everywhere. People just believe you.
And they just explode everywhere.
Oh, they get under there. They can't get out. They get in, but they can't get out. Very lazy once they find a place to lay down. November 1985, Alvin takes a little visit to the hospital. Mm-hmm. Little visit to the ER this time.
Yeah.
Wow. The report from the hospital says, quote, patient reports radio waves attacking brain.
Yeah.
They gave him sedatives and refused to admit him and sent him away.
Oh.
So he reports radio waves attacking the brain, and they went, take a couple of these and fuck off.
You need a nap, that's all.
That's it.
Okay.
Wow. Okay. February 1986, he goes to a psychologist at this point, or a psychiatrist, actually. I'm sorry. Right. A Dr. Martin Kellner. He goes for 3 visits and then stops showing up.
Oh, no.
Not good. Now, in Dr. Kellner's notes, he writes this. Patient presents with fixed delusions of divine mission. So he was telling the psychiatrist the truth.
Yeah.
He wasn't making shit up. He said, I hear fucking voices. They're telling me to do shit. With fixed delusions of divine mission. Believes he receives commands through electronic devices to, quote, eliminate evil. Mm-hmm. High risk for violence. Recommended immediate hospitalization. Patient refused. Unable to meet criteria for involuntary commitment. Meaning he has no set plan, or if he said there's a guy I'm going to go kill, then he could have him committed, or if he said I'm going to hurt myself, he could have him committed. But just having things tell me to do shit, but I have no real set plans, you can't commit somebody with that, unfortunately. Okay. Crazy as fuck is what you can say, but then that's all you can do. March 3rd, 1986, Alvin's Fun Time Journal entry. Let's do it. What do we got?
Let us hear it, Al.
Wow. He said, quote, the force speaks directly now.
All right.
It stopped. That's nice that it stopped going through the electronics.
Yeah.
You know, it's figured it out. No need for radio or television intermediaries. Those fucking middlemen. That's the problem. Yeah. They jack the price up on everything.
Yeah, you've heard of the game telephone. It fucks things up.
I am chosen. Mm-hmm. I am the sword of righteousness.
Oh.
The sword of righteousness.
That's some shit that Samuel L. Jackson said in Pulp Fiction, right?
That is Ezekiel 25:17.
Yeah.
I think that's what that is. The
I
path
think
of the righteous man.
Yeah. I think that also was a made-up verse that they did
I don't
for
think
that
it's
movie.
real.
It's so
Who the fuck
funny.
knows? Or it might be like an amalgamation of a couple of things.
Of other things together. It's very funny.
I know zero Bible, so
if
it is real, that's the only part of the Bible I know. If it's not real, I know zero about the Bible.
Yeah, is that one about the when there's one set of footsteps? Is that in the Bible?
I think that's just in grandmother's posters in their bathroom. I think that's what that is, right?
Yeah.
I've never seen it any other place, but old ladies' bathrooms on a wall.
Yeah.
So he is the sword of righteousness. That's nice to know. Mm-hmm. Now, the voice, because the psychiatrist said, describe the voice to me that's going into your head.
Yeah.
He said it sounded like his voice, but perfected.
Sounds a lot like my own voice.
but perfect.
Yeah, but not how it comes out of my face.
Basically, if Frank Sinatra lived in my head, that's what it sounds like. That's perfect.
Yeah.
It told him about the demon network that was infiltrating Wisconsin.
Oh.
They have come to Wisconsin. They want your cheese. It's happening.
The Demon Network.
Look out.
It's in the grocery store in the meat aisle that is 3 fucking aisles.
Hey, do you get the Demon Network? No, my cable system doesn't have it yet. Shit.
It's after the Food Network.
I hear the Demon Network's coming to Wisconsin. Is it? Awesome. Holy shit. Ordinary people, he thought, were actually vessels for evil.
Yeah.
But only he could see that, though. He's like Roddy Piper and They Live. He's like Roddy Piper with the glasses on. That's really an alien.
God dang.
And not only could he see them, obviously, if you're the only one who can see them, who can stop them?
Yeah.
Just you.
I got a question about, let's
Just
not
you.
stop. How did it start, you fuck?
Yeah,
where did this
so long
come
ago.
from?
Who knows, man? It's been so long. You know what I mean? That's the thing. Where we don't know when this started. I assume schizophrenia usually starts in like teen years into the early 20s, something like that.
And it
That's
could be
when
birth,
it starts.
but sometimes it's also trauma that triggers it.
You never know. And he's been hit in the
plenty
head a lot. But
yeah, there's plenty of reasons, but
usually it's that 15 to 23 is the range where schizophrenia pops up. Who knows? So May of 1986, let's go to James Severson.
Yeah.
Severson. Severson. He's 42 years old.
Yeah. 2 years later, nobody has a fucking clue where
everyone thinks Bob left.
Bob is gone, yeah.
Bob disappeared, and now he's got an ex-wife. She called the cops once. That's her thing. She forgot about it. He's got no one really looking for him.
She's just pissed he left 2 years ago.
Yeah, she doesn't even, she's probably happy.
Yeah,
or maybe she's not getting alimony.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
So James Severson, this is at the Paradise Apartments in Eau Claire. Apartment 1A is where James Severson lives, okay? Yeah. He's 42 years old. He's an unemployed machinist at this point who is currently going through his second divorce.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's a couple of cans of Paps at the on his bed nightstand at the end of the night, put it that way. Yeah. And he's drinking Jim Beam, and everybody says that he stands on his balcony at odd hours of the night just smoking cigarettes, just smoking and smoking and smoking. Mm-hmm. One neighbor who lived upstairs said Jim was nosy. Jim Severson. Mm-hmm. Jim was nosy, always watching people come and go, made comments about everyone, creepy but harmless, or so we thought.
Oh.
Ooh, let's find out if he's harmless.
Yeah.
So Alvin moves in next door.
Yeah.
Okay. By the way, Paradise Apartments, no relation to the Paradise Inn, which is the place where he attacked Paul Zwick that time.
Right.
Okay. This is a ground floor unit, apartment 1B, right next door to James Severson. Yeah. So if you're an unemployed guy with a lot of time on your hands and you like to be nosy, this guy is the ideal neighbor to have. Alan move in.
Yeah.
He's got all sorts of shit to be nosy about. He's leaving. He's coming and going, doing weird shit, talking to himself. He's fun. Now, he's always out there, though, Severson, smoking and watching everybody. What do you think? How do you think Alvin takes that?
He's not going to enjoy that. Don't fucking watch me.
He was convinced that Jim Severson was monitoring for, quote, them. He's monitoring me. That's what he's here for. Even though I moved in next door to him, he didn't move in next door to me.
Right.
He said Severson was always outside when he came home. That was one reason why. Mm-hmm. Always outside when he came home, which he's just always outside. Yeah. He said he could hear Jim Severson's TV through the wall.
That's annoying.
And on the TV, he could hear that the TV was giving Jim Severson reports about Alvin.
Oh.
He could hear the reports from the TV about him going
through the wall.
Because the TV is a direct communication to the person watching it. It's a personal message, really.
Yeah.
When you turn your TV on, it says, "Hi, Jimmy. How you doing? Let me give you your updated shit. Your next door neighbor, blah, 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 blah." Like, that's what happens.
Clearly
right?
hear us. Yeah.
Yeah, it's great. So there's that. And also, one time, while talking outside in casual conversation, Jim Severson asked Alvin Taylor about his travel schedule.
Oh.
So you going out of town this weekend? You got gigs lined up? Obvious intelligence gathering, Alvin said. Yeah. Again, not casual conversation asking someone about what they do for a living and just trying to look interested. Absolutely evil. Then, oh boy, he found a cigarette butt.
Oh.
A Marlboro Red, just like Jim Severson smokes, in front of his door, in front of Alvin's door.
So Jim's been here.
No. That's a surveillance device. That cigarette butt can monitor Alvin from outside of his door.
All right, yeah.
That transmits audio video back to, I assume, Jim Severson's TV next door so he can see what's going on.
Yeah.
Possibly.
Yeah.
But yeah, this cigarette butt that's a surveillance device by the door. Watch out.
Sure.
May 14th, 1986, Alvin's Fun Time Journal. Here we go.
What's he got to say?
Severson, and then the equal sign, which he likes to use. Severson equals level 2 demon operative.
Level 2?
Level 2.
Graduated.
Now, he's starting to sound like Lori Vallow now.
Yeah.
This is what Lori Vallow and Chad Daybell did back and forth of, he's up to level 6 now. Oh, Jesus, we got to get him. Like shit, literally crazy shit. But there was at least 2 of these idiots. This is one person talking to himself.
Isn't that amazing that he was so desperate to hang on to a decent-looking woman that he fucking got her to go crazy.
And she was nuts to begin with.
Yeah.
She's so goddamn crazy. She read his books and was like, yeah, me too.
Yeah.
Like, she went to him. She met him at that fucking thing where he was signing books for like 12 desperate, weird people in the middle of nowhere.
He was like, I bet I can get butt stuff out of this woman.
Oh, she'll do anything. She's great. And especially if I say that it's ordained.
Yeah.
God told me. Yeah. He said, you got to do butt stuff or else this person's going to be a level 5 fucking dark soul or whatever it was. A dark person.
Eaten already.
Oh, Jesus. So level 2 demon operative, constant surveillance, reporting my movements to the network.
Oh.
The network. Then must act before he acts.
Jim or them?
Before Jim acts upon him.
Okay.
Because the network is, and he's surveilling him. There's something's going on here. Okay. May 21st, 1986, Alvin pays Jim a visit. Alvin had been drinking. Not a lot. He wasn't sloppy drunk or anything, but he was definitely loosey-goosey feeling all right.
Good day, yeah.
He knocks on Jim's door. He's got a 6-pack of Miller High Life, too. Like, hey, buddy, you got an alcoholic neighbor. You knock on the door with a 6-pack, he's going to answer. So he opens the door and he says, hey, come on in, buddy. Yes, we got a beer. Come sit down. They're sitting there, and he's smoking cigarettes and eating a fucking banquet TV dinner. One of those, the chicken ones that are just little fat balls, those?
Yeah.
Oh, we've eaten those. And they're watching a Brewers game on TV. Mm-hmm. Very nice. So they sit, they drink, they're watching baseball. Just normal neighbor shit. Okay, that's normal neighbor shit. That's May 21st. May 23rd, 2 days later. Remember Patricia Holmberg lives upstairs, said Jim's nosy but harmless? She complains something smells weird around here.
Uh-oh.
Something smelling weird.
Not like something suspicious.
Something weird to smell.
Yeah.
It's bad. Not something smells funny around these parts. It's actual, you smell that shit?
Yeah.
So the next day, May 24th, the landlord uses his master key to enter and finds Jim Severson. Jim Severson. Finds him in the apartment. Not in good shape at all. No. Very dead.
Attacked.
And okay. The police arrive at apartment 1A and do one of the worst investigations of a fucking dead human being that's ever existed.
How so?
They looked at him and just went, single guy, fucking drinks and he's divorced and he probably acts
chain
crazy.
Smoker. Yeah.
Okay. Their assessment was suicide or accidental death during self-harm. Okay?
Oh.
Was fucking with himself. A detective, one of the detectives said he wasn't sure about that, but that was the determination. He said the wounds didn't match. Too many wounds, wrong angles, but the scene was clean. There was no evidence of another person, so we didn't have enough to call it murder. So it is ruled death by misadventure, basically.
Is that right?
He was fucking around, accidentally killed himself, or did it on purpose, but it's all him. They said they found no evidence, no fingerprints, no any evidence of another person being in there. So how are you going to say another person killed him when they don't even think anybody else was there?
Just bizarre gashes. I don't know.
Strange. Now, what happened to Severson? Let's find out here.
Right.
Let's go back to May 21st. And when I tell you the actual what happened to him, imagine going in there and going, yeah, he must have done that to himself, I'm sure. Okay, listen to this shit. Back to the 21st, Alvin and Jim are watching TV. Then Jim said, so where you been traveling lately, Al? Just real casual.
Yeah.
Where you been traveling to? And if you're a guy you're an unemployed guy who just sits in this tiny shithole apartment all the time, you might want to just hear some stories of other things people are doing.
It is fun, yeah.
Where you been? Now, Alvin, rather than asking the question, he gets up, he excuses himself to use the bathroom. He's like, I have to go to the bathroom.
Yeah.
Now, on the way to the bathroom, he saw a knife on Jim's kitchen counter. Just one of those shitty, cheap, wood-handled, serrated blade, crappy steak knives that you buy in one of those sets that comes in, like not a block, like one of those plastic things that has like forks, knives, and whatever in it. One of those. He comes back. Jim Severson had his back turned. He was lighting a cigarette at the time. And Alvin comes up behind him and just plunges the knife into his neck.
Oh, my.
Stabs Jim in the neck. He was aiming for the jugular, but missed and just stuck it in the muscle of his neck.
Okay.
So obviously, Jim Severson screams and spins around and grabs Alvin's fist, and they start fighting around. They're wrestling now, which is crazy in this apartment. He's got a huge knife wound with blood coming out of him everywhere. Alvin's trying to get the knife out so he can stab him again. The blade snaps off in his neck.
Oh, shit.
So now he's holding a wooden handle.
Yeah.
And fighting with this guy. Severson's bleeding, choking. He tries to crawl toward the door to get out. He's trying to get out of there. Alvin grabs him from behind and starts choking him. Okay. Interesting. So he holds on to Jim. He's choking him. He's just choking the life out of him from behind for just hanging on for dear life here. So he holds on for a while. Finally, Jim Severson goes limp. But Alvin didn't know if Jim was dead yet.
Oh.
And the way he put it, the force needs you to make sure he's dead.
Gotta keep going.
Gotta. So he went back to Severson's kitchen, this time found a butcher knife, a good sturdy one, something he could really use here out of that wooden block there. Comes back and just stabs the shit out of Jim while he's already dead on the floor with a knife blade in him, bleeding and choked to death anyway.
Yeah.
Stabs him. Blood all over the place.
Yeah.
Now, later on, Alvin will say that was to ensure that the demons were expelled. It's like we found out earlier. If you got to shoot a guy, you got to vent him. That's how it works. Now, okay, there's blood everywhere, all over the place. Jesus Christ, Alvin strips naked because he's covered in blood.
Yeah.
So he can't go back outside like that.
All right.
He strips naked, puts all of his bloody clothes in a garbage bag, then takes Jim Severson's bathrobe and wears that back to his apartment, which is right next door.
Yeah.
He then comes back to Jim's apartment with bleach, towels, and fresh clothes for him to change into.
Yeah.
He spends 3 hours cleaning the place.
Jesus.
Not perfectly, because
just the shit that he's in.
But in 1986, decent enough to make the cops go, gee, must have done all this to himself.
Wow.
Think about what they thought he did to himself.
Yeah. He stabbed the motherfuck out of himself.
Broke a knife off in his own neck.
Yeah.
Choked himself, and then stabbed himself a bunch with a butcher knife.
And that was it.
Too many. The one detective said it. Too many wounds, wrong angles. I didn't think it was a suicide, but that's what they classified it as. So he also positioned Jim Severson's body to make it look like a suicide attempt. He put the knife in his hand.
Yeah.
So he's in his own hand, and put a bottle of pills scattered around, some pills scattered around him, like he was taking pills and just looking for any way out, basically.
I would have taken the pills, but I was too busy stabbing.
That's it. So how the fuck do you get out of here? You're in an apartment doing all this.
Right.
He left through the back and drove to Minneapolis that night and did a 3-night engagement at the Marriott Lounge in Minneapolis.
Wow.
From there. Now, May 22nd, 1986, a couple days later, this is the day, after the murder, I believe, Alvin's Fun Time Journal entry. Here we go, everybody. Second demon eliminated.
Okay.
The force grows stronger.
He's counting them up.
Yep, the force grows stronger. I grow stronger. The work continues.
Yeah.
Holy balls. Okay, now here is one that we're unsure of. We don't know about this one, but this is one that they have gone back and forth on, wondering whether he should be a suspect in. June of 1986 here. It's a morning, 9 a.m. A guy named Sheldon Kleeman, who's 59 years old, was the owner of the Palace Theater in Spooner, Wisconsin.
Oh.
He was found, it's a movie theater. He was found dead lying on the floor near the entrance to one of the 2 screening rooms of the theater, stabbed to death. Now, his son, this Kleeman's son, was 22 at the time. His name is Irvin, and he was identified as a prime suspect and remained a principal suspect for years. But Alvin Taylor was also questioned for this.
Oh.
They questioned him about his possible involvement due to the proximity and timing of the crime within this whole spree. So they'll later question him about this. They never filed charges against him for Kleeman's murder, and they're not positive about the suspicion. That's because there was other suspects. The morning of the murder, at least 3 men had been described by witnesses as having been in or around the Palace Theater. This is according to the police chief. A local businesswoman described a young blonde-haired man about 5'8" tall, which is certainly not Alvin.
No.
It was an older black man with no hair. Slender build coming out of the theater that morning. A composite sketch was drawn. They said the witness saw someone coming out of the theater sometime shortly after the homicide, and that's the blonde younger person here.
Sure.
They said that the younger person wasn't the son, Irwin, who basically they said it wasn't him. They said the young person was never identified. We had our suspicions of who it was, and that person was talked to, but we couldn't nail anything down. That is part of the problem. It seemed all the things we checked out came to a dead end, and it didn't lead anywhere. Another suspect was described by a city worker as a nicely dressed businessman, white but dark complected, 35 to 40 years of age, 175 pounds, 6 foot to 6'2", who drove away in a dark 4-door vehicle. Okay. They said for years it was assumed the businessman in question was a local person, but when the witness met the local person that she thought it was, she realized it wasn't the person she saw the night of the murder. So it might have been somebody else.
Oh.
In 1996, the police chief, who's also an artist, that's what I want, made a composite drawing from the witness description, and they still never found anybody. Now, according to the police chief, at least one of the 3 persons seen by witnesses near the scene had been positively identified as an out-of-town truck driver. And he said, I asked him, are you positive it's him? And he said, I'm positive. The police chief said the 3rd person still lives in the area and has been interviewed by the police at least 8 or 9 times and denies being near the murder scene on that morning and also refuses to take a polygraph test.
Oh.
They said, we've done 2 interviews in the past couple years. That person just wouldn't talk. He wouldn't tell us certain things, but he wouldn't take a polygraph test either. He said it's important to take the polygraph test to eliminate suspects. He said either he was there or he wasn't, and that's all we wanted to know to rule that out. The theater, by the way, was closed for a week after the murder so they could collect evidence. When it reopened, the son, Irwin, took over the business, and then they ended up closing the theater and selling it.
Mm-hmm.
And it reopened in October 24th, 1986, and then it was sold again, and it's currently a movie theater at 238 Walnut Street in Spooner, Wisconsin. It's one of those cool, like, small-town movie theaters with the marquee outside.
Oh, yeah, with the big marquee. Fuck yeah.
Yeah, little, like, a Main Street small-town movie theater. It's cool as shit. So that's what's there. 595-seat Palace Theater. So there you go. That was what it used to be. Now they have a liquor license, too.
Oh, great.
So now you can get booze there, which is awesome. October 1986. Okay. So that we don't know anything about, whether Alvin was a part of it or not.
Yeah.
October 1986, Alvin heads to a motel. He needs a base that's between Eau Claire and Wisconsin somewhere. So he goes to a motel, the Paradise Inn.
Okay.
Room 7, as a matter of fact.
Yeah.
Remember where we started?
I'm familiar with that joint.
$180 a month this costs, this place.
A month?
A month.
What is that?
That is $6 a day.
Holy shit.
$6 a day.
A
That's
day.
only for long-term stay. Like if you stay for a month, it's that much. I'm sure it's more per night. You don't walk up and they go, yeah, $6 for one night. But $180 a month is crazy cheap.
Yeah.
That's insane. He's got a room facing the parking lot, room 7.
Mm-hmm.
They said the first week, model tenant.
Yeah.
Alvin was quiet, paid in advance, even helped a guy fix the broken ice machine.
Okay. Good
Great guy. Then there's a guy here named Daniel Lundgren. He's 33 years old. He is the motel manager.
Yeah.
That's the guy he helped fix a broken ice machine. Now, Lundgren, this is the same hotel as what happened with Zwick, and we'll get into that. Lundgren graduated Esco High School in Wisconsin here and worked at the Potlatch Corporation, Potlatch Corp.
Yeah.
He also attended some college before moving to San Francisco, where he worked in a hospital, then served in the Navy for 7 years, leaving in 1986 when he moved to West Bend, which is where he is now. Mm-hmm. His mother and father both died in the 70s, and he's just trying to figure out his life here, basically. Okay. He manages the Paradise Inn Village Motel and the on-site Chinese restaurant as well.
Oh.
Yes.
Managing that too.
Imagine what the Chinese food is like at the middle of nowhere, small town Wisconsin motel.
Yeah.
That can't be good, right? That's got to be interesting.
Nice. It's real authentic.
That is interesting. Yeah, totally. This, by the way, is one of those, I guess, described as one of those 1960s hotels that just never got renovated.
Yeah.
One of those motor lodge side of the road
Nice.
joints that just looks the same as it did in the 60s, just a dump. It's located on Highway 33, and it's kind of, for cheap people. So Lundgren managed the motel and lived in a converted storage room behind the office. Not even a room.
Right.
A converted storage room.
Yeah.
He's just doing this to save money. He's trying to save money to do things. Tom Chen, who owned the attached Chinese restaurant, said Danny was all business. Up at 5 a.m., checking the pool chemicals, fixing broken AC units himself, dealing with the kind of people who rent motel rooms by the hour. I think we know who they are.
$6, yeah.
Tough job, but he never complained. If you can get an Asian guy to say that about you, you work hard.
Yeah.
You're a hard worker.
You're getting after. He wants you. He wants to poach you as an employee.
Yeah, he does. He works for him. Yeah, he manages the Chinese restaurant for Tom Chen. So he loves him.
Okay.
He did poach him.
Yeah.
Now, week 2 at the Paradise Village Inn.
Okay.
Things get a little more sketchy for Alvin. The voices start to come to him through the room's television set.
Okay.
By week 3, he became convinced that Danny Lundgren was poisoning him through the air conditioning system.
Uh-huh.
He's sending poison into my room.
Oh, he's gassing me.
Gas chamber in me, yeah. October 28th, 1986. Now, keep in mind, this is a month and a half, almost 2 months before the Paul Zwick incident here. Taylor, at this point, Alvin complains that the AC was transmitting frequencies. He complains to people about that.
Anything electrical has a 60 hertz hum. Yeah.
It's got something. November 3rd, 1986, he complains again, this time about electrical interference from the restaurant.
Oh, fuck.
The Chinese, everybody knows you fry an egg roll, it sends shockwaves throughout the whole building. November 14th, 1986, Lundgren came upon Alvin Taylor as he was dismantling a telephone, taking it apart. One of those old school, push button, sit on the nightstand, taking it apart.
Caps,
Yep. Claiming that it was, quote, recording everything.
Oh, shit.
Not just phone calls, everything.
Yeah. Oh, wait till he gets a load of 2025.
Well, oh, my God. It's recording a... I said something about snowsuits yesterday, and now it's trying to sell me snowsuits. What the fuck? It popped
everything.
up. That's all I can see. November 20th, 1986. Lundgren evicts Danny, or Alvin, I'm sorry. Danny Lundgren evicts Alvin Taylor. Now, Lundgren told his friend, I gave him a week to leave. He felt bad for him, so he didn't say, you got to get out now.
Yeah.
Said, I gave him a week to leave. Quote, guy's clearly having some kind of breakdown. Feel bad for him, but I can't have him scaring the other guests.
Okay.
So he kind of gave him give you a week. Maybe that'll make you not so crazy, whatever. So that's November 20th. Now, November 30th, 1986, 6:30 a.m.
Yeah.
A passing motorist, this is out on the road, not at the motel, sees a car crashed out on the side of the road and calls it in. At 7 a.m., EMTs arrive, and they find Danny Lundgren in his car. Breathing, but unconscious, barely breathing.
Oh, boy.
In his car, clearly had a horrible accident on the side of the road. 7:30 a.m., he's medevaced to Froedtert Hospital in Milwaukee.
Yeah.
Over the next 30 hours, he'll be sent to 3 different hospitals for multiple surgeries, okay, to try to fix this man. Examinations, surgeries. The injuries are too great from this car accident. Yeah. And December 1st, the next day at 11:47 a.m., Daniel Lundgren is pronounced dead.
Oh.
Cause of death listed as severe head trauma from motor vehicle accident. Okay. This will... This is going to unseat that other case of this guy's got knife wounds and everything, must be self-inflicted.
Yeah.
This is going to overtake that as the worst investigation in the history of Milwaukee.
Okay, great.
This makes sending a 13-year-old or 15-year-old naked Asian boy back to Dahmer's house.
Yeah.
This makes it look like a reasonable decision. This is so much worse police work than even that, which is horrifying.
Tell me more.
This is worse. Okay. So, this poor Lundgren, he ends up being dead. December 5th, 1986 is the funeral for Danny Lundgren. Mm-hmm. So, they do an investigation just of the traffic accident, and it's a traffic accident.
That's all it is.
That's that. So, he's gone. Now, what actually happened to Danny Lundgren?
What?
It wasn't a fucking car accident,
No.
I'll tell you that much. Okay, Alvin's Fun Time Journal entry. Here we go, everybody.
Talked about it. Demon number 3.
Demon number 3, November 20th, 1986, this is dated. Lundgren equals, he loves the equals, Lundgren equals central node of demon network.
Oh, this is the queen.
He's the central part. He's the hive mind, he's Vecna. He's
Yeah.
Central node of the demon network. Controls the Paradise Portal, meaning the Paradise Motel, whatever portal is to there, must be eliminated before the portal opens fully.
Oh.
So he's there opening this portal.
Yeah.
Now, November 30th, 1986, this is when this all happened, at 5:15 a.m., because remember, that's when he was found in his car, was December 1st in the morning.
Yeah.
November 30th they found him. November 30th at 6:30 a.m. they found him.
Sure.
Now, November 30th, what ended up happening at 5:15 a.m., Danny Lundgren was doing his morning routine, drinking coffee, walking around the property, checking for damage overnight. At 5:45 a.m., Alvin Taylor was waiting in the parking lot with his engine running, and he called out, Danny. He said, I'm leaving today, because remember, he was supposed to be gone in a week. It's been 10 days.
Right.
But he said, I'm leaving today, but there's something wrong with my car, so can you take a look at it so I can get out of here? And he said, sure, whatever the fuck gets you out of my parking lot and away from my other guests, great.
Yeah.
So he says, sure, he approaches the vehicle. Alvin, on the passenger seat under a newspaper, he had a .38 caliber pistol. As Lundgren leaned in the car to look at the dashboard, Alvin shoots him in the temple point blank.
Yeah.
Like fucking just boom, right in the head.
Yeah.
The second shot shoots him again, was behind the ear as Danny slumped into the window, basically. Yeah. Shot him again, then shot him in the forehead.
3 times in the head.
To quote, seal the portal.
Oh, you got to close. That closes.
So that closes sometimes.
It can vent, but it also
closes. That's the thing. You got to close the portal or open a vent to let the demons out. So it depends on whether you're looking for portals or vents, really, is what you're doing here. So then he dropped Lundgren's body into his own car, a 1983 Chevy Cavalier, went over to Danny's car, positioned him in the driver's seat, seatbelt on, head tilted like he was sleeping.
Yeah.
Okay. This is fucking crazy. Drove his car out to Highway 60.
Yeah.
Left it there. Goes back to the motel. Picks up Danny Lundgren's car with Danny in it. Drives that out to a rural road near Jackson, Wisconsin. Finds a culvert. Positions Lundgren's car at the top of an embankment.
Yeah.
Puts the car in neutral and pushes it down a hill.
Wow.
Watches it crash into the concrete of a culvert. Bang.
Okay.
That ought to do it.
And that was enough for bullets to go through a man's head.
That's the thing. They did 30 hours of surgeries, medevacing. Nobody noticed he had 3 fucking bullets in his head.
38 calibers.
38s, not 22s bouncing around. 38's a big gun.
Yeah.
3 of them, not 1. They just said, well, he's got a lot of wounds. He was in a bad car accident. Okay. That makes the other police work look good.
Yeah.
This is awful. This is fucking awful. Then he walked 2 miles to where he had hidden his own car because he had hidden it somewhere else, drove back to the Paradise Inn, packed his bags, and took off by 7.
Yeah.
Then, December 23rd, 1986, he's still at the Paradise Inn because why not? The guy who kicked him out is gone now.
Yeah, what are you going to... Yeah, you can't keep me out of here.
And that's where we get Paul Zwick, the new guy, maintenance manager, doing all this type of shit. And that's when something's wrong with my heater. He attacks him with the hammer. Zwick runs away. Don't know who jumped me. There you go.
So Zwick was going to be number 4.
Yeah, he was going to be number 4.
God damn.
And then that's when he put in his little fun time journal. The demon was stronger than expected. Young vessel, military training pending. The force says wait. Better targets coming.
Ooh.
So January 5th, 1987, Paul Zwick, like I said, he goes into basic training.
Yeah.
Wow, that's crazy. Now, Alvin, after the Paul Zwick attack, he says he assumes that this guy told the cops what's going on. Alvin assumed if he got away, he probably went and told the cops. He just got attacked and stabbed with a screwdriver and hit with a hammer.
Sure.
But instead, he never told anybody about it.
Oh.
So Alvin would have been fine to stay put, but he didn't. He took off. He went underground. He jetted.
Because he's scared,
Went into hiding. He thought he was going to get caught. He stopped performing, stopped traveling, just hid out in Menomonie.
Yeah.
That's it. He gets an apartment at 423 Wilson Avenue in Menomonie, apartment 2B. It's a 2-bedroom, 1-bath, and has a little kitchen, but it's a very small apartment, very, very small. But 2 bedrooms, he needs a roommate, too, because he's not performing very much. So he doesn't have a lot of money.
Right.
So he ends up with a roommate named Timothy Hayden.
Mm-hmm.
He's a 27-year-old kid here, Tim Hayden.
Oh, Tim.
Tim is born in Covina, California. He's got parents named Bernard and Emma. He's got 2 sisters as well. Moved to Menomonie in 1963 when he was a little kid.
Yeah.
They moved from Covina to Wisconsin. At this point in time, he is working as a night shift custodian at the University of Wisconsin-Stout. He's working these nights to pay for the accounting classes he takes during the day. He's trying to be a CPA. So he does math all day, then does maintenance all night, and does custodial work all night.
Tim's working his balls off.
Tim is a hard-working, studious young man. Absolutely. Tim is trying to make something of himself, and his supervisor said Tim was a good kid, quiet, reliable, always talking about getting his degree and moving to Minneapolis for a real job, and he was so close to graduating right then.
Yeah.
So they ended up becoming friends, Tim Hayden and Alvin Taylor, while there was apparently they were both working at this musical in Eau Claire. It was a production. It was called Peace Child. It was a production aimed at improving U.S.-Soviet relations.
Mm-hmm.
And that's how they knew each other. And then Hayden ends up moving into the apartment in Menomonie. Now, they met each other in the fall, a few months earlier. So, okay. They had lived together the previous fall for a couple months before he moved into the motel. This is before Alvin moved into the motel. He had lived with Hayden for a couple months, but they had a dispute, somehow a falling out over a woman. We don't know exactly what happened, but there was a woman involved.
Sure.
I don't know even what same woman they would both be into, but whatever. So they lived together peacefully here at this apartment. It's at 408 20th Avenue East, this apartment. Nice coexistence. It helps a lot because Hayden works at night and Alvin Taylor's kind of up all night and sleeps all day. Okay. So it works out perfect.
Yeah.
While he's at work, dude, that's when Alvin's doing his thing.
And then seeing each other. Yeah.
He gets home, he's sleeping, so it's great. Then in February of 1987, Alvin started hearing voices in this apartment as well. Through the heating vents this time.
They really just get in there.
Wow. This is very Ike Ibiabuchi. Remember him? The boxer we did who...
In Arizona. Fuck, it was in a hotel
demons in the air
Arizona.
conditioning. That was in their house.
Was it? It was in their house with Mom,
was,
right?
He was calling up fucking HVAC guys going, can you get the demons out of my system? And they were like, I'm sure, I'll come take a look.
There. The vents are so small.
I don't know how to do it. So, he also claimed that Tim Hayden was broadcasting his thoughts, meaning Alvin's thoughts. March of 1987, he's taken it to another level now, Alvin. Yeah. Alvin is now convinced that Hayden is not some demon or some node in a demon network. He's convinced that Hayden isn't even Hayden anymore. He is an alien replacement, a pod person.
Oh, boy.
He's been replaced by an alien who looks just like him. The real Hayden has been abducted and replaced with a duplicate. That's what happened here. Now, March 20th, 1987, Alvin's Fun Time Journal entry. Let's do it.
Here we go.
He says, quote, Hayden makes move on Sandra. Now we're back to a chick. Remember that?
There she is.
Hayden makes move on Sandra. Alien duplicate using pheromones and mind control.
Oh, he's got some fucking cologne, this son
He's
of a bitch.
got game, is what it is, yeah.
He's good at this.
Must protect her, must eliminate the duplicate.
Oh.
The duplicate.
Yeah.
All right. Sandra Cole is the Sandra that he's talking about, who is a bartender at Stubbs Bar, where Alvin has played a few gigs, okay?
Yeah.
He's never dated her, barely knows her, just knows she's the bar. Just knows that's where you go to get the fucking free 3 drinks that the guy promised me for playing the stupid gig.
Yeah.
Order your chicken strips through her, is what he said. But in his mind, Alvin thought that Sandra was somehow his girlfriend.
Oh, he thought we have a relationship?
We have a relationship. Maybe she might not know it yet, but we're hooked up.
Oh, no.
And that Hayden was trying to steal her away from him.
Yeah, he's the...
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, Sandra said, quote, I maybe talked to Alvin Taylor 3 times total. He was creepy, always staring. I told the manager to please not book him anymore.
3 times, and he has a relationship.
A relationship of where he needs to protect her and everything else.
Oh, my God.
March 25th, 1987. It's Tim Hayden's big night out here. He works as a custodian from 6 p.m. until 2:30 a.m. Oh, that's a terrible shift. Jesus Christ.
6:30 p.m. to 2:30 a.m.?
That is an awful shift. That's like 1.5. That's not even second shift. That's first and a half shift. That's terrible.
What is that?
A terrible
shift. 2:30
shift.
a.m.
I've never heard of that shift before. That's crazy.
That's not a shift, right?
They made that shift up, apparently. Then somebody comes in at 2:30 a.m. and works till 10:30. What the hell kind of operation are they running here? So, March 25th into the March 26th, gets off of work at 2:30 a.m.
Yeah.
There we go. Now, March 28th, this is the next day, 3 days later, 2 days later, at 10 a.m., his friends, he's supposed to show up for a lunch engagement the day before, never showed up.
Mm-hmm.
And no one can get a hold of him. So at 10 a.m., his friends come over, and they find him in his apartment. and he is not alive at all, Tim Hayden. So he's taken to the state crime laboratory where an autopsy is performed, and they say he died as a result of complications from combined assaults to the head and 3 gunshot wounds to the facial and neck areas.
Ooh, dang.
So the police question all of his friends. They question Alvin Taylor because he's his fucking roommate and lives there. And because they had questioned several of Hayden's acquaintances, and they said, well, he lives with this guy named Alvin Taylor. He knows this guy named Alvin Taylor. So they go, we got to talk to him. So they learned that Taylor had lived with him for a short time in the past and that they got in some kind of beef over a woman and then kind of reconciled here. So they bring Taylor in to question him a little bit. Dale Amundson and Frank Bammert of the Menomonie Police Department. They learned that also, through some research about Alvin, they learned that Alvin had borrowed an automatic .22 caliber revolver and a box of shells.
Automatic revolver. Those are
automatic, and it's got to be, it can't be a semi-automatic. All right, that's what it says in the newspaper, though. I just read that. Weird. Automatic revolver. That doesn't. I said that. I'm like, that can't be. That can't be a thing. And a box of shells from a Wisconsin Dells man on March 17th. And he had the gun in his possession until returning it to the owner on March 27th, which is the day after they think
fascinating
Hayden died. So he said, I need
this anymore.
Nope, don't need this. Now I'm good. Okay. Yeah. So here's what actually happened.
Yeah.
Okay, in February of 87, Alvin said he saw a calendar with a girl on it.
Yeah.
Who reminded him of a girl, of a Sandra or somebody else.
Yeah.
Taylor felt that Hayden might hurt that girl. Sandra or someone else.
He's got the poster up to remind him what she looks like.
Yeah. He said the calendar, the calendar gave him a sign.
Oh?
He looked at the calendar and it spoke to him. And in his mind, the calendar was telling him to kill Tim in a room with a waterbed. Very specific calendar. Yeah. Well, very specific.
Find that room today.
Wow. So Alvin Taylor returned to Menomonie, discovered Hayden, and got the gun. He said he found out that Hayden had purchased a gun.
Yeah.
So he said that's when he said he found out he got there just in a nick of time, and he needed to kill him right now
because he save it. Yeah.
Yeah. Now, what actually happened here? It was March 26, 1987 at 5 a.m. Hayden had come home from his custodial shift, took a shower, made a cup of coffee, sat in the kitchen, studying for his corporate finance midterm or final or some test. Here comes Alvin Taylor, and he said, hey, good morning. And he said, hey, you're up early. What's going on? And they're talking, and, couldn't sleep, whatever. At that point, by the way, he also mentions the voices. Hayden knows that Alvin's hearing voices. They talk about it all the time. And he said, I couldn't sleep, got those damn voices again in my head.
Oh, boy.
So he thought, Hayden is real laid back. He thought, I don't know, I'm an accounting guy. I'm not a creative guy. Maybe musicians are nuts. That's what he thought.
Oh.
Maybe it's a musician thing.
Yeah.
Who the hell comes up with those songs? How do you come up with fucking songs like that? Lyrics, I'm sure that you just hear voices and they tell you about. How else would you come up with that shit? Or thought maybe he was on drugs, but he said, none of my business, basically. I'm paying cheap rent, getting my finance degree or my CPA, and I'm out of here, basically. Mm-hmm. So Tim told him, you should see someone about that. You should, about your voices.
Yeah.
And Taylor, Alvin said, he then said to him, he pulled the pistol from his bathrobe pocket. A bathrobe pistol.
Yeah.
A bathrobe pocket pistol. That's wild.
Dang.
And said, I did. And they told me what to do. Meaning I did see someone and they told me what to do. And he shoots Tim in the back of the head.
Oh, my God.
He slumps forward. By the way, he was on Chapter 12, Risk Assessment. So there you go. Yeah. He was reading on his thing. He stood there for 20 minutes. Taylor did after he shot him, because he expected at that point the alien duplicate would reveal themselves. That was his whole plan. He's going to kill him, then he'll wait for the alien to come, and then he can shoot the alien duplicate, right? When it comes out of his body. So he sat there waiting for it, and it never happened.
Never materialized.
So then he said, shit, I just killed a person. I didn't kill a duplicate. I fucked up.
He has a realization.
Yeah, he said, "Oh fuck, shit, fuck, he's not a duplicate.
What am I gonna do
Maybe
now?
A duplicate left." Yeah. So, wow, that's interesting. So then he ends up. This, by the way, there's something that happens here that I am not sure is true or not, because I've seen a thing that says it's true, and I've seen other things that I don't think it's true. So, okay. This is Alvin's Fun Time 911 call, we'll call it. He called and he said, "I just shot my roommate, 423 Wilson Avenue, apartment 2B. He's dead. I'm the soldier of God. Had to do it." Not I'm a soldier of God. I am the soldier of God. Had to do it, and hung up.
Mm-hmm.
Then apparently at 6:35 a.m., he called, he somehow got a hold of Sandra Cole, the bartender.
Oh.
And said, "Sandra, I saved you. The alien is dead. We can be together now."
Oh, Jesus.
Now, at the same time, Sandra's having a roommate call police and all this type of shit. So there is one story that claims that he was arrested and then let go on $50,000 bail at this point, which...
But we're not sure if that's true.
I'm pretty positive it's not.
You can't call police, tell them you killed somebody, and then get 50. Yeah.
Not only that, he doesn't have $50,000 to get bail. So I don't know what they would be talking about.
He had a roommate, for Christ's sake.
In a 2-bedroom, tiny, shitty apartment. Right. So this is the real story here. April 3rd, 1983, and in Portage, Wisconsin. This is at Tim Hayden's funeral.
Oh, boy.
It's a packed thing. The university, all the people that work there are there, students that knew him, family, everything.
Oh, boy.
In the back row, Alvin Taylor.
Yeah.
He showed. Now, the cops are watching this, thinking he's going to show, because they've been waiting, looking for him.
Yeah.
So they think he's going to fucking show up. And Dorothy is Tim's mother is giving the eulogy, talking about her son and all that. Alvin stood up and said, "Tim was my friend. The demons made me do it. Tim understands."
Oh, my God.
And no one knew what the fuck he was talking about or who he was, but the police end up running over there, grabbing him.
Uh-huh.
The family's going, "What the fuck? Is this the killer?" It's crazy. A detective said, "We knew he'd show up. These types always do. They feel compelled to see the aftermath."
So they think it's very calculated.
Yeah. So they arrest him right there at the church, take him away, sit him down, and he's got a story to tell.
Boy, does he.
Well, first of all, too, because this is in multiple counties and everything, and they know that he travels a lot, so they don't know where this could end, possibly. Sure. They bring in the FBI, too. They bring in other counties, everything. He's been off his meds for weeks. He's not doing well here. First, he just claimed to be Jesus Christ. He said, "I'm Jesus."
Well, that one's not a winning argument.
Took about an hour and a half just to get him off the fact that he's Jesus reincarnated. Mm-hmm. Okay, no good. Hour 2, he insisted, "I didn't kill the people, but the people who are dead were demons in human suits." Okay? So I don't even know why I'm sitting here. If I did kill them, you should be thanking me, but I didn't, so we shouldn't even be here. Yeah. Okay. Then he started talking about what actually happened. He starts telling cops about murders they don't fucking know are murders.
Right, because
he tells them about Hayden, tells them about others. Then he says there are more. The first demon, Bob Williams, he's in my backyard in Springbrook.
Yeah.
That's
Under
what they said.
Tomatoes.
They weren't even asking about Bob Williams, didn't know shit about Bob Williams, never even thought about him. The cops said, quote, "We thought he was bullshitting."
Right.
Another like Henry Lee Lucas saying he killed 200 people or whatever. "We thought he was bullshitting." Another delusion, but he knew Williams's full name, description, and exactly when he went missing. So that scared us. He tells them exactly where to find Robert Williams as well. So the next day they get a search warrant for the property. They get cadaver dogs out there, start excavating on April 6th. April 7th, they discover Robert Williams' remains. They're like, "Holy shit, this guy's for real."
Yeah.
And quicklime had preserved him enough for identification as well.
Oh, it preserves? It doesn't break it down?
I thought it made you break down, but apparently this helped him.
Stops the smell?
I think it's for smell is what it is, really. I thought it was to help break it down, though.
Yeah,
so
I thought it was to dissolve them.
That's why mob guys use it.
Yeah.
Like you put some lime on there. Anyway, he's decently preserved because he's underground. I guess that helps. Anyway, so this is what he tells them about. Starts telling them about that.
Yeah.
They said they became aware of the cops said they became aware of the grave site in Springbrook. Now, at first, in the newspaper, they didn't release that we got this crazy guy and he told us all about this.
Yeah.
They said, quote, hearing reports of murder stories, owners of the property became upset knowing that on their rental property, they had seen a hole slowly filling up over a period of time. Then they sent us to check it out, which they sent you and you checked it out. Just happened to be 2 days after you arrested a guy who did the murder. So that's pretty crazy. They said they studied 2 sites which could have been construed as graves as well. He had 2 more holes dug, apparently, out there. The sheriff said the excavating of all of this was done, and they dug for about 20 minutes and uncovered an object that appeared to be a chest cavity covered by some clothing. So they called the state crime lab, and the site was guarded by officers and did all of that. They said that the case appeared to be a homicide, but it would be strictly speculative to name any one suspect when we have no cause of death. Meanwhile, how about the guy who told you he did it and where the body was buried?
And what happened? They
said the body was encased in a substance that appears to be lime. Neighbors say there that Alvin had lived there a couple years ago on the property where the body was discovered. So anyway, they said they now have received calls from people who have expressed suspicion about other possible graves on both sides of the river and all around the county. Anywhere that anyone sees disturbed earth now, they think, well, that must be a grave site from that guy. Yeah. If you see a tomato plant growing, watch out.
It's a body.
Yeah. They said, we'll check out those sites when time allows, basically. Now, back to the interrogation. Jim Severson.
Yeah.
He says, quote, the neighbor in Eau Claire, Severson, May of last year, check my old apartment building. So they're like, who? What the fuck?
Yeah.
The homicide detectives are like, I never even heard of this guy. What are you talking about?
Right.
So they go in and pull his death report, and it says misadventure. So they go, okay, and they reinvestigate it and look at it. Blood patterns don't match a supposed suicide scenario. It was just lazy, completely lazy. They didn't feel like dealing with it kind of thing. Like, I don't know, I'm hungover today. Fuck it, misadventure. Yeah. So they said also Alvin Taylor provided details only the killer would know about a broken knife still being stuck in his neck. Nobody would know that. Where he'd hidden the blade fragment, which was, by the way, behind the refrigerator.
Sure.
Still there. They didn't find it at first. Now they found it. And also, that bathrobe I brought back to my apartment, that's his bathrobe. So you can check that, too.
He's got it, yeah.
Yep. He said that Alvin told the cops that he felt bad because Jim Severson suffered when he killed him.
Yeah.
He said Taylor said he initially stabbed Severson in the neck and the knife broke, and then he choked him. And he said that Severson kept asking him while he was choking him, why are you doing this?
Yeah.
Why? So that made him feel terrible because he was like, the guy didn't even know what was going on. Then he admits to Tim Hayden as well. He says, all right, fine. He says, I emptied a handgun into him and I beat him with a rifle butt. He said, I also stole the handgun he just bought so I could sell it, which doesn't seem very crazy. After they said, well, what'd you do when you killed him after Hayden was dead? And he said, I went to a job interview at JCPenney or Sears. I can't remember which.
Really? Just a mall job?
Want to hear the crazy part?
Yes.
He got the fucking job.
No. What? He fucking really performs after he murders.
I'm telling you. He came over with fucking blood on his shoes, and they were like, no problem. Come on in. Can you start Monday?
Yeah.
Wow, that's amazing. They also found out that he planned to kill more. Alvin said that he threatened to kill a Portage man and had the tools in his truck so he could dig a grave for him as well. So he was planning on it. He also told police that, he had a half dozen more people that he had planned to kill, and he had a pickaxe in his car when he was arrested. He goes, that's what I was going to start my holes with that. Yeah. But I had a list of demons that I was going to wipe out here.
Yeah.
So they search his Portage apartment. and they try to get additional evidence here, and they find some shit there. They search the property, also a property nearby where he had reportedly had target practiced with what's believed to be the murder weapon.
A 38?
A 22 on
okay.
one of these. He said, we hope to find shell casings and spent rounds to link Taylor with the 22 caliber pistol he reportedly had in his possession at the time of Hayden's death. They also have discovered what appears to be a partially dug grave that Alvin had dug in the Portage area, and they said that it looks like he abandoned the project at that time because the ground was frozen.
Uh-huh.
But he was trying to dig a hole, another one. This guy is
through the ice.
Nuts. So a ballistics expert with the State Crime Laboratory examined the spent cartridges found in Hayden's body and positively concluded that all the cartridges had been fired from the same 22 caliber revolver that Taylor had borrowed in Wisconsin Dells from his friend. The police chief also said they also recovered a 32 caliber revolver already taken by Taylor from Hayden's house and sold to a different Wisconsin Dells man.
Oh.
They found that gun. That was the one he stole from Hayden. Right. So I think he took this gun back to the guy he borrowed it from and said, here's your gun back, and would you like to buy another one?
Yeah.
Essentially. So that was the revolver that was missing from Hayden's house. Okay. So at this point, they go, holy shit. We know of 3 people he just murdered. Because Danny Lundgren's still a car accident, remember?
Right.
So they go, we know of 3 people that he just murdered. This is how many... He goes all around. Where the fuck? Yeah. He could have killed 30 people. We have no idea. We got to start. This is just in our area. We got to start checking around. So they entered him into the FBI's Violent Criminal Apprehension Program, which allows law enforcement agencies to communicate with one another about similar unsolved violent crimes at the time. They said, during our investigation, it's been learned that Mr. Taylor has traveled extensively as a result of his occupation as an entertainer. Obviously, here. They said information developed by our investigators from a variety of sources suggests that Taylor may be responsible for additional deaths. For those reasons, we've decided to utilize the VICAP to alert other departments with pending investigation. So that way, if anybody else has got a mysterious death that fits this at all, that'll pop up. So they said, when our department is contacted, we'll be able to provide certain pieces of information, such as fingerprints, blood type, etc., that may link Mr. Taylor to other homicides. Without this valuable program coordinated by the FBI, local law enforcement organizations would have a great difficulty solving multiple cases with a common perpetrator. So Alvin, after that, then he denies killing Tim Hayden, even though he gave all the details. They all match up.
He's going to be this guy?
Yeah, he said that... He said, no, I didn't do it. And he started telling people that the police, the district attorney, and the person running the polygraph machine, because they didn't believe him about that he's killed this many people. They had to hook him up to a polygraph to make him believe it. He said they're all in on it, quote unquote.
Oh.
That's what he said.
It's a frame job.
Yep. He said also the personnel at the Dunn County Jail are trying to poison him, he told the psychiatrist as well.
And I'm being poisoned.
And I'm being poisoned. Now, the media goes nuts with this shit, obviously. The local media goes bonkers. Fucking nightclub singer arrested at victim's funeral at the Milwaukee Journal-Sentinel. That's a big goddamn deal.
Yeah.
Big deal. Paul Zwick, also there's another article we'll talk about that people are real pissed off about. Oh. It's at this point that Paul Zwick finally comes forward. Remember, he just took off and went in the Navy.
Right.
He was stationed in San Diego and saw news coverage of the arrest and said, shit, I better say something.
I could have saved lives.
That guy killed a bunch of people.
Yeah.
He told the investigators, quote, I knew I should have said something, but I just wanted to forget it happened.
Wow.
So that was it. He located and corroborated the confession, providing key testimony that supported an attempted murder charge against him.
Yeah.
April 22nd, 1987, he is charged with first-degree murder in Dunn and Eau Claire counties, waived his right to preliminary hearing in Eau Claire County, and faces first-degree murder charges in the death of James Severinson as well. Now, he pleads not guilty in Dunn County, not guilty by reason of mental defect or disease, though, in the first-degree murder of Robert Williams of Eau Claire. He's also charged with Timothy Hayden's death and James Severson. Okay. Here comes Alvin's fun time court hearing.
Here we go.
Here we go. This is a motions hearing. Taylor abruptly decided that, this is wild, out of nowhere in the middle of the hearing, he said, I'm representing myself now.
All right.
And it was based on something very pointed. The reason was he's representing himself because of the colors on the public defender's suit and tie, he told the judge. He said, the colors on my lawyer's suit and tie tell me that I should defend myself.
They've communicated it.
They communicated in some sort of Simon form.
Oh, boy.
Just flashing red and blue lights. And he also believed that, he said this in court, that the force became unhappy with the attempted discharge of his lawyer because the jailers did not ask him if he wanted to use the jail's recreation room. So then he allowed the lawyer to stay on.
Okay.
Jailers didn't ask him if he wanted to go to rec that day. That meant that the force was mad at him for dismissing his lawyer. Yeah. So then he asked for his lawyer back because he doesn't want to piss the force off.
Wow.
Okay. May 6th, he's charged with more murders here. All sorts of murders. He's different counties, everything else. Now, is he sane?
Is he?
Well, that's why it doesn't seem like it. No. The sanity phase of this all began. This is before you go to trial. You have a big sanity phase just to see if you can go to trial. It gets postponed by the judge. The judge ordered the delay after a defense attorney questioned the defendant's mental competency to proceed. So, yeah, there he goes. He pleaded not guilty by mental defect here. Sure. So the public defender here, wow, if you're the public defender here, I mean, being a public defender sucks. You got like a whole pile of shit, no time and no money. But in this case, holy shit, what do you do? He said that Alvin's current competency came into question after he told people that the force was advising him to retain or discharge an attorney. And he said the force represents itself to Alvin in the form of interpretations of events or the gestures and communications of others. Anything. You order a grilled cheese, that is a sign from the force.
Oh, boy.
You get it with potato chips instead of French fries, a different sign from the force.
That's the fun part of mental deficiencies and,
that would be fun.
Problems is that you can really make a choose-your-own-adventure over everything that happens all day.
Totally. I mean, besides the murder.
Yeah.
We
do that. We do that. We make a choose-your-own-adventure every day. We just happen to use logic.
Yeah. Besides the murder, though, this is like a fun old-timey mental illness.
Yeah.
Like, this is like a sitcom walking around in a bathrobe and a Napoleon hat.
Yeah.
Talking about, I'm doing this and that. Sure you are, buddy. Yeah. You know, I'm the king of I'm the king of Prussia. Oh, okay, great.
Where is Prussia?
The fuck are you talking about? So, May 1987, competency hearing. Okay. Dr. Philip Erdman, a psychiatrist for the defense. Man, it's a hell of a job. He said, Mr. Taylor suffers from severe paranoid schizophrenia with command hallucinations, meaning he's not just hallucinating, they're telling him to do shit.
Yeah.
Which is way different than just hearing shit or seeing shit. He genuinely believes he was instructed by God to kill demons. He cannot assist in his own defense because he doesn't believe he committed crimes. He believes he saved humanity. All done. Finished. Now, a psychiatrist for the state said, while Mr. Taylor is mentally ill, he understands the charges against him. He knows killing is wrong in the eyes of the law, even if he believes it was divinely justified.
Yeah.
This is a real hair splitter on legalities. So there's 3 different psychiatrists, 3 evaluations, same conclusion. Insane, but could possibly stand trial if you medicated him enough. If you dope him up enough, you might not fuck up the courtroom. The problem is he refused to take his medication consistently. He said that it, quote, blocked the divine frequencies.
Oh.
Because he couldn't hear the voices anymore because it worked. And made him, as he put it, spiritually deaf. Can't hear the voices, man. So you can't force medication unless there's a trial is the thing. If someone's at trial, you can force medication on them so they can participate. But you can't otherwise. You can't have a trial without the medication, and you can't have medication without the trial. So we're in a catch-22 here. This is rough.
Yeah.
So June 16th, 1987, Alvin asked to talk to the detectives. And when they come in, he just starts blurting shit out. This is when he says, I got to tell you about something you don't even know about.
Oh.
Danny Lundgren. And they said, Who? The fuck is that?
Yeah.
And they said, Danny at the Paradise, 3 bullets in his head. You buried him thinking it was a car accident. So they were like, what the fuck? They're pulling files out everywhere. And they were like, no. They looked at his file and they were like, no fucking way he killed this guy. This is bullshit. He must have read it in the paper or something that he died. He said, though, no, I did it. Quote, I felt a force make me do it. I'm a soldier of God. That's what it is.
There we go.
So they were like, what the fuck? He said, yeah, no, Lundgren, he said, I left him for dead in his car. I shot him 3 times. He wanted me to move out. I didn't want to move out. Shot him, stuffed him in his car, rolled him down a hill. You guys bought it. Fucking dummies.
Yeah.
So they exhume him from his grave, which is in Lakeside Cemetery in Minnesota. So it took a minute because they had to get another state involved and everything else. So they pull him out of the goddamn ground. And they're doing it, and the district attorney said, we're potentially talking about a murder here. Yeah. Whether we have a murder or not, I think is speculation. We must also have to look at the possibility that he may be confessing to crimes that he never committed. It's only Mr. Taylor's statement that even opened up this case. So we think he's crazy. Then they examine, and they find that there's metal fragments in his fucking head.
What?
They said, oh, shit. That's the first thing is to x-ray him. Yeah. And they find metal fragments. They go, oh, fuck.
Oh, look at this.
They said that may be a bullet or it may be from dental fillings. Real big fillings he's got. Huge. 38 caliber fillings. No problem.
His fillings just go everywhere.
So they said, how the fuck could a bullet hole, no less 3 bullet holes, go unnoticed?
Yeah.
And one of the guys who works in the medical examiner's office said, when there's that much damage to the vehicle and to the individual, there's no reason to suspect foul play.
Right.
So just kill your whoever and push their car down a hill and you win. Are you joking?
Yeah.
You have to look for bullet holes at least. A fucking autopsy, they go over every inch of your body. They document, like, if you have a pimple, they put that in there on your autopsy. That's crazy. The examination reveals 3 38 caliber bullets in his skull.
Fuck.
They said that the neurosurgeon at Frodert Memorial Lutheran Hospital in Wauwatosa pronounced him dead on November 30th, 30 hours after the car accident, of cardiopulmonary arrest was cited as the cause of death.
That's just heart stopped, right?
Yeah, because too much damage.
Yeah.
They said this is a very unusual circumstance in the coroner's office, and the coroner's office was never notified of the metal fragments in his head. You've got 3 hospitals, a flight for life helicopter, a rescue squad, and a coroner involved. Nobody saw 3 38 caliber fucking bullets.
Nobody saw holes in his head.
Big ones.
Wow.
They now speculate that he was probably shot in his car, left for dead, and revived enough to drive a short distance before his vehicle left the road. No, he wasn't revived enough. He got driven there, put in the seat, and fucking pushed, you idiots. But they aren't sure why medical personnel didn't notice the bullet wounds. One of the guys said it wouldn't have mattered anyway. The massive hemorrhaging was too much. They went through 27 units of whole blood. He would have died anyway, even with specific treatment for the bullet wounds. But it might have helped to try to treat the bullet wounds. I mean, they were 338s in the head. He's dead either way. But you're not treating bullet wounds. You're like, why? I don't get it. We're pumping his heart. Blood's shooting out of 3 different spots in his head. Why is that? Fuck.
Hey,
and he goes on to say, but it's very strange that they didn't catch this. They all took it for granted that it was an auto accident. Somebody missed their diagnostic duties there. This guy said the prosecutor said he asked Dr. Lawrence Tuber at the time if there was anything unusual about the death, and Tuber had notified authorities on November 30th that he died, and he was the official signer on the certificate. He's the senior resident physician assigned to the case, and another guy signed off on it too. And this guy said meaning the head medical guy, said no, that he was sure about the cause of death. He didn't mention the metal fragments and said nothing of where the body was coming from. I said, all right, and it was listed as an auto accident. I'm not a doctor, and I have to take the expert's word for it. Had he mentioned anything about the metal fragments, I would have called for an autopsy. Okay. Now, after viewing the autopsy results, they changed the death certificate to homicide. And the detective here says, I'm still trying to figure out how everyone who treated this man missed the bullet holes. He said they were the size of a lead pencil from a .38 caliber and nobody found them. It probably wouldn't have helped him, but we would have known it was a murder anyway.
Right.
Wouldn't have fucking buried him.
Car accident.
They said the director of public relations for the Frodert Hospital there said, if a guy comes in with cuts and abrasions and listed as a motor vehicle accident, they aren't going to be looking for bullets.
Yeah, right.
But you could find them by accident. Hey, what's that? Would be a good thing to ask.
Looking over the body, wouldn't you see it?
He said he was pretty mashed up. Mashed up? Is that a medical term?
Yeah.
He was pretty mashed up. There were a lot of places blood could have been coming from. Okay. And they said the Washington County Sheriff called last week and talked with the doctors. Apparently, he's satisfied with their explanation. I'm not. Jesus Christ. A friend of Danny Lundgren, who last saw him a few months before he was killed, said, I can't believe this has all happened. How in the world could they have missed 3 bullet holes?
Right.
That's a fact. The medical examiner who performed the original autopsy, Dr. Richard Holbrook, old Dick over here, said, I've asked myself 1,000 times how I missed it. The trauma from the crash was so severe, but still, 3 bullet holes? How did I miss 3 bullet holes?
Yeah.
Good fucking question.
How did I
maybe
do that?
maybe time for thicker glasses, dear. That's my cousin Vinny this shit.
I guess so.
So this is all going on in different counties. Washington County, Eau Claire County, and Dunn County are all involved in this. So that's a mess right there, obviously. August 5th, 1987, a tape recording of the interrogation that he showed, Alvin Taylor told the investigators, quote, I guess I would like it to rest, when they asked him about the homicide. The judge rules that this is the defendant, as Alvin added, I guess I don't want to get into the details of Jim Severson's death. The judge rules that these statements did not necessarily mean he wanted to remain silent, but added that the statements were ambiguous and investigators had a legal obligation to stop questioning and have Taylor clarify his intent.
Please.
Quote, it appeared to me that there was a reluctance on the part of Taylor to discuss the Severson murder. So, they throw out the confession.
Mm-hmm.
So that's a problem.
Why would they do that?
There's a lot of evidence because he said, I don't know about this, and they didn't clarify his statement,
right.
Which is his job to clarify the statement. They don't have to clarify. Lawyer is the word you're looking for. Yeah. Attorney. Anything outside of that is not my problem.
Who gives a shit?
Alvin Taylor said in court, the pressure was definitely there. They kept coming at me. Mm-hmm. And through the telephone and shit, too. They kept coming at me through through an intercom system, the vents.
It's crazy.
The light bulbs, it's a lot. Now, Alvin had initiated the meeting on June 16th, the judge said, and before the officers finished giving him his Miranda rights, he blurted out a confession that he killed Danny Lundgren, but they didn't get the Miranda rights out. He said there's no question that the defendant's statement was voluntary. Would Alvin Taylor think after June 12th that he would have immunity for anything that he said? How long does any kind of agreement last? Because they gave him some like Queen for a day immunity thing to talk about other shit. They said, I don't think the state pointed out at any time until that June 12th agreement was over. So anyway, he ends up confessing to everything that they don't let him go on. So the judge ruled the prosecutors may not present a statement that he gave to the Menomonie police in connection with the James Severson attack. All the other ones fine, but not that one.
Okay.
Now, where will the trial be held? They're also arguing about that. There's a discussion of where it is. They're checking into costs to house jurors and witnesses and attorneys at various locations, possibly in southern Wisconsin. The prosecutor said I think the defense attorney said the place for this trial is in Dunn County. It's cheaper than anywhere else. Okay, we're going on cost. October 87, he pleads not guilty by mental defect again.
Okay.
Here. He's got an attorney, a public defender, and so he's not going to plead not guilty to all charges. He's obviously fucking insane. No one denies that. Mm-hmm. Every psychiatric evaluation says it's insane. Fighting this plea was also not guilty by reason of mental defect is a huge, long process that he's going to be in hospitals and you're going to have to talk to him a bunch of times.
Yeah.
And you can find out he's sane now, but then if he goes nuts, then it's another delay. You never know. So they don't know what to do here. Finally, November 1987, they are sending him to Mendota, the mental health facility that Ed Gein lived in forever. And they're sending him there to find out what's going on.
Mm-hmm.
So a cop said, the last day I talked to Alvin, he was leaving to go to Mendota. As Alvin shook the cop's hand, he said, Dale, it came to me in a dream. I will get out of Mendota someday, and when I do, I have to come and kill you.
I'm coming to get you.
I'm coming to kill you. He said he felt bad about that because he said, I honestly, I like you, and I feel bad about it, but he said, nothing I can do about it. I've been told already. The order's in. You know what I mean? His intake evaluation, they say, quote, patient presents as calm but actively psychotic. Fun. Sounds like a good time.
Oh, he looks fine. But between the ears, it's all going.
Yeah, he's got a little party going on in there.
He's making shit.
Continues to maintain he was acting on divine instruction, shows no remorse as he believes he saved humanity from demonic invasion.
Yeah.
Duh. Requires constant supervision and forced medication and to comply. So he is a fucking train wreck in this joint, right? March 1988, there's a big article in Startling Detective magazine. I didn't know existed. The cops, the lawyers, everybody's pissed off about this because they printed details that A, aren't public knowledge, and B, a lot of which aren't even true.
Okay.
They got a lot of information here. The magazine published a 7-page story about this under the headline, Did the Piano Man Play a Deadly Medley? And then the title of the article is Murder in B-Flat. Okay. The issue featured a cover photograph of a woman in a pink negligee pointing a gun at the head of an appropriately distraught-looking man. What does that have to do with any of this shit?
He was distraught.
He wasn't wearing a pink nightie, I don't think.
But he was distraught.
So they said that they were not sure whether police reports were given to the two authors of this article, but she wondered how they obtained information that she didn't recognize from court documents. The prosecutor also said that her office has a policy against providing police records to news reporters. The documents generally are available to reporters through the police department, but not until the court cases are resolved and the defendant's appeal opportunities exhausted. Now we have FOIA requests. It's different. So they said Taylor has yet to go to trial on any of the 4 homicides. The magazine article attributes much of its information to authorities in Dunn County, where he was charged for a couple of murders there. They go back and forth trying to find out who did it. The prosecutors questioned the Menomonie Police Department because they had sat down with these guys too. It's a fucking mess. 1988. Okay, here we go. He is going to plea in a multi-county arrangement.
Okay.
Rather than go from county to county figuring this out, all the counties got together, let him plea to this shit here. So, it's interesting. They're doing this. They're letting him plea. Now, several people speak about him in court. Most people say that you would like him when you meet him. He's courteous and has good social skills. A guy named Dr. Greist, who's a professor of psychology at UW-Madison, interviewed Taylor numerous times and said Alvin is a very pleasant, very polite, considerate person. He's a very nice person who has a mental disease which drives him to be a murderous person.
Sure.
Similar thoughts offered by Dr. Paul Callier, who practices psychology in Eau Claire and who also interviewed Taylor. He said Alvin is very friendly. He's a likable person, but he's deeply mentally ill and it requires extensive hospitalization. They said that Alvin Taylor tends to give personal significance and importance to events to which the average person would call normal parts of reality, like what tie your lawyer is wearing, things of that nature. But him, random observations, flashes from radios or television, hearing a conversation on the street, pictures on walls, all have secret meanings. He said these messages begin to build up inside of him, and he said that before killing, Taylor would wrestle with what's been described as the force. Not responding to the messages caused the pressure to build up inside of him, and then he had to respond to them.
Right.
After killing and not getting caught at all, he eventually began believing he was working for the police.
Unbelievable.
He's working for God and the cops.
And the cops.
Who can bust me? You know what I mean? How can it go wrong?
Divine law.
He was getting rid of people who might be dangerous to society. So when the killing began, Alvin was getting into reality. He was finally finding his role and his mission, is what they said. He said Taylor discovered Tim Hayden to be a quiet man involved in the church and Bible study. Taylor was on hard times, so Hayden, whatever, didn't mind him being there. This is the first time they moved in, when they got in a fight over a girl and Taylor got kicked out. Taylor went to Portage, killed a couple of people, blah, 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 blah. We all know how that story goes. They also say that in August of 88, Taylor is still talking of plots and people trying to kill him. The messages are still there. The force is still there.
Oh, boy.
And all the time, Taylor still wanted to, quote, blow people away. They said Taylor has recently been, quote, beaming in on a man who resides in his wing at Mendota. He said he quoted Alvin Taylor as saying he knew he had to kill him, meaning that man. Wow. Okay. Yeah, he's going to kill people. They said all of the killings had a common factor. There was no money involved, no ill will, no revenge, no factors other than mental disease, is what they all say.
Sure.
They said even like attacking Zwick he's over 6 feet tall and well muscled. It wasn't even a smart attack. He didn't even have a gun. It was stupid. He said that the judge asked the psychiatrist, is the force still giving him directions? And the guy responded, yes, including this morning. He said he's still getting messages that he still has to go with this thing called the force. So they end up sentencing him to, you, sir, may fuck off 20 years in prison for attempted murder. That's the deal. He's not even a murderer. He's an attempted murderer.
What?
For attempted murder. This is a consolidated charge with the Severson and the Lundgren murder charges and all this type of shit. It's consolidated. Everything's consolidated into one attempted murder charge.
In the fuck?
Now, by not challenging the pleas, the prosecution then allowed Taylor to be committed to a mental institution. When sentence calls for both prison time and commitment to a mental institution, he's placed in the mental institution and time spent there is subtracted from the sentence.
Oh, boy.
So they said that they accept the plea for all 4 murders, guilty plea for attempted murder of Paul Zwick, and that covers all 4 murders.
Oh, my God.
Yes. What this does also is 20 years in prison, but then if he's still crazy, he can still be kept in a mental facility until ready to leave.
Yeah. Okay.
As part of the plea agreement, the district attorney agreed the judge would rule on the mental condition in the Severson case rather than holding a jury trial that had been planned, because try to get this guy through a fucking jury trial.
Yeah.
You don't think he's going to receive any messages about any of those 12 people? The judge also said to him, quote, if I had to guess what the outcome of that case might be, it would be that you would have been successful in your defense. Mm-hmm. We were going to find you crazy. Sorry. They said, should Taylor leave Mendota anytime before the 20 years, he'd be required to serve whatever's left in prison. Now, let's see here. Now, Alvin's record in Mendota, 1988, he attacked an orderly who he claimed was transmitting something.
Oh, yeah.
To him, from him. 1989, attempted to strangle a patient during group therapy.
Oh.
Which, I mean, who wants to hear about someone else's problems? I get it.
It's my turn.
Yeah, I want to go now. 1991, found he was caught collecting metal fragments. When asked why he's doing this, he said he was, quote, building a demon detector.
Oh, yeah.
From metal fragments.
All right.
Okay, 1993 goes on a hunger strike that lasts 23 days, claiming his food was poisoned with, and I quote, alien spores. Don't know what that means.
Yeah.
So he's forcibly medicated through a court order, Haldol injections, Thorazine, later on Risperdal and Zyprexa. 1995 to 2005 on all this medication, voices chill out. They're cool.
10 years, he's fine.
They quiet down. In a therapy session in 2001, he said, I know I killed those men. I remember doing it, but it feels like watching someone else's memories, like a movie I saw once. He also painted. He got into art. Therapy.
Okay.
They have an art therapy. They said he painted technically very nice portraits that were really disturbing and weird, but good artwork.
Well done.
He did music therapy. They let him play the piano in the rec room supervised, which nobody minded because he was good at it. A treating psychiatrist said, when properly medicated, Alvin shows remarkable insight into his illness, expresses appropriate remorse, but the moment he's off his meds, he reverts completely. The infrastructure of his delusions remains intact, just suppressed.
Yeah.
He's fucking crazy.
Nuts.
2005, it comes out. After that, now he can seek release every 6 months since it's been 20 years. Every 6 months he can apply again to be released. Twice a year. He's actually got a doctor in 2005 that says Alvin Taylor is presently not a danger to the community based upon his longstanding treatment and will not become a danger to the community under conditional release. Okay. Yeah, right. The victim's family said, fuck that shit. No. One even said, I don't believe they found all the bodies. His hiding place was mental institutions. He's using the system.
Yeah.
So that's what they say. Motion for release is very, very, fraught here. One kid's mom said, my son was Tim Hayden's mom said, my son was 3 credits from graduating. 3 credits. He was going to be an accountant, have a family. Instead, he's been in the ground for 18 years because this man thought he was an alien. I don't care how many pills he takes. He shouldn't see daylight.
Right.
Yep. Another person said, Bob Williams, Bob was lonely after his divorce. He thought he'd found a friend, someone to watch games with. Taylor shot him in the head and buried him in quicklime. No amount of therapy changes that. The prosecutor said, yeah, he's bonkers.
Yeah.
We got to keep him in there. So his release is goddamn denied. So that's gone. That is denied. Now we go to 2010. Tries to get out again. They figured out, by the way, an examination of him after his 2005 request cost taxpayers $1,950, and another assessment cost $900. The bill for the 2010 psychiatrist, $4,040.
Okay.
Now, this point, they're like, he's 63 years old.
Yeah. So
statistically, once you hit 60, they rarely commit violent crimes.
Really?
They're going by. That's the statistical. Okay. One doctor said, Mr. Taylor hasn't even achieved the least restrictive status within Mendota. He's tested boundaries, tried to cheek his medication, shown narcissistic antisocial behaviors beyond schizophrenia.
Yeah.
They also found out he'd been writing letters to women on the outside claiming to be a wrongfully imprisoned musician without ever mentioning murders. He's denied.
Sorry.
2013, he applies for and gets a jury trial to look over this. A jury is going to look over whether to
release
let him out or not.
All
yes. Right. He says, no words can express the deep sorrow I feel for the trauma I've caused. Hardly a day goes by when I'm not reminded of those that I've hurt. He said, my recovery process has been frightening, long, and very, very painful. And they said, keep it going, asshole. Okay, denied. Yeah. Get back in there. Paul Zwick testified in that. He said, I still have nightmares. I check behind doors. I can't stay in hotels. This man tried to kill me with a hammer and a screwdriver because he thought I was, what, a demon? Evil? I was 23 years old trying to earn college money. Yeah. So get the fuck back in there. 5 jurors, 4 women and 1 man. So if it's a panel, so took them 47 minutes to unanimously decide you're not getting out.
Yeah.
2016, again, they say he represents a clear and present danger to the community. Mental illness explains his actions but doesn't excuse them or eliminate the risk. That's that. Denied. 2022, motion for release. Now he's wheelchair bound and has diabetes and heart problems.
I don't care.
Release. They're saying he's not crazy anymore, but they're saying, yes, he may not be crazy that way, but now he's 75 to the age where his mental facilities will start dwindling, also making him crazier. So we can't let him out.
Wow.
A doctor said Mr. Taylor's delusions remained fixed. He simply learned what not to say. In unguarded moments, he still refers to his victims as demons and himself as God's soldier.
Is that what it is?
2025, he has another petition pending release this month. And the family still show up. Dorothy Hayden, Tim's mom, is 91 years old and in a wheelchair, and she shows up and said, I'll be here every time until one of us is dead. He took my baby. He doesn't get to be free.
Atta girl.
There you go, everybody. Menomonie and Springbrook and Eau Claire and all these different places.
He never got out, huh?
He's still there.
Wow.
So that is a crazy fucking story.
Holy shit.
Insane. So there you go. If you like that story, get on whatever app you're on. Give us 5 stars. It helps a lot. It really does help drive us up the charts. Tell your friends. Post on social media, which you can find at Shut Up or at Small Town Murder on Instagram, at Small Town Pod on Facebook. ShutUpAndGiveMeMurder.com is where you go. Last day to get the virtual live show from 2 weeks ago. It was on the 30th, and this Thursday is the last day. You can do it tomorrow. So get into that. That's ShutUpAndGiveMeMurder.com. Patreon.com/Crime in Sports. Get all your bonus material. Anybody $5 a month or above, you get all sorts of shit. You get a back catalog, hundreds of episodes you never heard before of bonus stuff. New ones every other week. One Crime in Sports, one Small Town Murder. This week, Team Relocations Part 2 for Crime in Sports. American Prison System Origins and where it went for Small Town Murder there. And you also, in addition to that, get all of this, all the shows we make ad-free, and you get a shout-out. Jimmy, hit me with the names of the people who would never, ever, ever think that they were being talked to through the air conditioner, so they had to kill us. Hit me with them right now.
This week's executive producer, Gary Howard in Atlanta.
Gary.
Ian Stevenson, happy birthday, Ian.
Happy birthday.
And Dan Forbes, keep up the good fight, bud. You're doing great.
Dan Forbes. Thanks,
Peyton
Dan.
Meadows,
Meadows.
Shista Zimmerman.
I don't know what that means.
I don't know it either. Other producers this week are Ryan Bender, Happy Hour in Granbury. I think it was Texas. God damn it. I didn't write the state. Somewhere, Google it. Janice Hill, Okie Colas, Jacob Whitey, Wilday, Samantha Wallace, Joyce with no last name, Stephanie Armstrong, Brooke Meadowcroft, Jocelyn with no last name, Ashley Duke, Bertie Gal, Charlie Edwards, Christina Blakely, Julie with no last name, Brian G, Aaron Kennedy, Madeline Mora, Misha Moto with no last name, Trisha Robinson, Carl Allwert, not some of it, all of it. LP,
all of it.
The letters LNP, Doc Hollabay. You know the salt.
Doc Hollabay.
Yeah. Jake Rhodes, Tiffany with no last name, Saul Dave, Samantha Lowe, Leanne French, Norma Wright, Casey C, April Evans, Sacco Portman, Corey Patterson, Gabrielle Hammond, Annie B, Joel perhaps, Ray, Emily with no last name, Rich, Emoe, Melanie Rogers, Jenny Lean, Jay Law, Alicia Holloway, Mrs. Coop, Karen with no last name, Barbara Kish, Kim Zawadski, Evan Mack, Jess with no last name, Mary Miller, Kim Wilbert, Henry Matson, Connie Weaver, Posey Parkour, Tyler Christie, Nicholas Chips, Rissa J, Megan Jacobson, Danny Finn, Sherry Christensen, Ryan Anderson, Ryan Oakes, Steve Holler, Justin Odendahl, Kay with no last name, Denise with no last name, Susan Michelle Odom, Candy Birdsell, Caroline Weber, Michael West, Monica Ricks, Jeff Rayleigh, Mike Cormier, Samantha with no last name, Christy Griner, Elise C, Erica Carlson, Angela French, Billy Wrinkles. All right. Michaela.
So Billy Wrinkles over here.
That's a gal, actually, I think. Oh. Well, it's an IE. It could be whichever you want to be. Michaela Griffith.
Sounds like a euphemism for a butthole.
It does, yeah.
Well, Billy Wrinkles over here. No offense, Billy Wrinkles.
Or the sack, you know what I mean.
Miles
Clerking, Michaela Griffith, I said that. Dee Dee Silverton, Sylvester, Megan Matthews, Kobe Peterson, Silverston, it's the same thing. Adam Saltzman, Raquel with no last name, Tiffany Sloan, Michael Geary, Stephanie with no last name, Jane Lombardo, Corey Williams, Shelby Murray, that's VW, Heath Smith, Maddie Grunwald. I think I might be dyslexic. That might be it.
Really?
Deanna with no last name, Gina Bowers.
That'll explain it.
It's certainly a start.
It's
Rough
hard
buff
to read
stuff.
names, dude. That's hard. I'm sorry. You're doing great.
Crazy Cat Lady in Boston, Tracy Workman. I used to like this one podcast. What? This one? What? Why'd you used to like? I don't know.
Well,
D.L.
why
Johnson.
Are you giving us money if you don't like it anymore?
What's the matter? Birdie
we got
Ray.
Your money.
I used to like this. Take my money. Kimberly Chavez, Stephen Jenkins, Dion with no last name, Dylan Cook, Charissa Bryce, Kim with no last name, Henry JD, Erica Huskin, Chris Reggie, Ryan Mantle. Oh, look at that.
Hey, Mickey's
kid.
Great-grandson.
Great, right? Has to be. A little bit of that Menomonie. Hugo Kinnaird. Send us his shit. Jordan, any of your great-grandfather's shit you got laying around.
Send us something.
Yeah. Jordan Tornavine. We won't sell it, I promise that. Edward Egan. Kevin White.
Monsters.
Kevin, if your uncle's Reggie, send that shit. Jesse Burns.
Well, I can get us Reggie shit. We got that covered.
No, Reggie White. That was Jesse
Reggie White.
Yeah,
sorry,
Kevin White.
Immediately went to Jackson.
That's the only Reggie you know. Kyle Lamphere, Jeff S., Robert with no last name, Jennifer Wilson, Ashley S., Steve Perrill, Austin Fink, David Phelps, Sagamaria. Seja Marie. All right. Christy Harp. Sherry, I've tried my best. Sherry Basinger. Give me some of your mom's shit. Callie Brown. Anna Marie P. Shelby Pike. Robin Balda. Bebop with no last name. And also anybody that had a hand in making that new documentary from Peacock about that dirtbag, Gacy. I'm so glad you made me watch it. It's the greatest thing.
Great.
I'm rewatching all 8 episodes. And all of our patrons. You guys are the best.
Thank you so much, everybody. Wow. You fantastic bastards. We really do appreciate everything you do for us. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Keep coming back and seeing us over and over. You want to follow us on social media. ShutUpAndGiveMeMurder.com has drop-down menus. Take you where you need to go. That said, until next week, everybody, it's been our pleasure.
Bye.